at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
It's hurricane season, and if you were stuck without power last year, there has never been a better time to buy solar with a battery backup system. This thing is awesome. You tell them you're friends with Russ Rollins, and you're even going to save more money when you schedule a consultation and go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. 40 years in the business, over 60,000 homes served. This is a great company. It's solarsource.com/monsters. Get that battery backup system and save some money by telling them you know Russ at solarsource.com/monsters.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgagguydon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
Crisis is completely self-defined. If you're wondering if you should call, you should probably call.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills, talk about resources, and ways to move forward beyond the call.
They can call us, they can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Top reasons your career wants you to move to Ohio. So many amazing growth opportunities, high-paying jobs in technology, advanced manufacturing, engineering, life sciences, and more. You'll soar to new heights, just like the Wright brothers, John Glenn, even Neil Armstrong. Their careers all took off in Ohio, and yours can too. A job that can take you further, and a place you can't wait to come home to. Have it all in the heart of it all. Launch your search at callohiohome.com.
Looking for a new adventure? Then head to your local McDonald's for the new Epic Universe Mix, a mix of frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry and frozen Sprite Lemonade. Purchase a large Epic Universe Mix and you could win tickets to the new Universal Epic Universe theme park at Universal Orlando Resort. Drink in the wonders of an awesome new chill for a limited time at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's, no purchase necessary. Visit promotion.coke.com/Epic Universe giveaway for official rules. Fanta and Sprite Lemonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Back to school got you tight on cash? McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Pick from your favorites like a rich caramel frappe or chocolatey mocha frappe. All small frappes are just $3.50. Or grab the iconic snack wrap for just $2.99. That's right, the snack wraps you love are back. Can we take a moment to celebrate the McDonald's under $4 McValue menu? There's something for every appetite, every vibe, and every kind of day. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Rebath Mid-Florida. Man, these guys are awesome at one thing and one thing only, and that is taking your old, tired bathroom out and replacing that with a beautiful bathroom that you have input on. That's right. Their catalog of products is simply amazing. Multiple choices of tubs and sinks and tiles and lighting. It's all right there. No design can't be handled. And even better, right now, 10% off your bathroom remodeling deal. That's right, 10% off. And guys, just so you know, the big box stores use Rebath to install their bathroom jobs because of their great reputation. In business for over 17 years, and if you really want to see what they're all about, visit their showroom, 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You'll walk in and see some models set up. That's not what you're buying. That's just to show you what's possible with their catalog of products and great design ideas. Orlando's only top-to-bottom complete Rebath remodeling company, and they do it right the first time. So take a minute, go to the website, check out the before and afters, and then book your appointment for your brand new bathroom at rebath.com.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Sealand.
It is Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from North Carolina attack bombshells to Phillies Karen supporters fight back online, and an unexpected new update on the Coldplay Kiss Cam couple. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Sealand. What's happening? And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us what we call a dispatch. Record your first dispatch on the newsjunkie.com right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/the newsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
Share the show, yeah.
That's right. This is when you share the show. That means you tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show, live stream, and podcast. You just evangelize for us. Spread it like the gospel far and wide. Say, this is the show I listen to, and you shall listen to it too.
Exactly.
I don't know if I got the Bible speak right.
I mean, you're getting close for sure.
Doth is in there.
Wait, how does that end? The world is a bagel, ...
And you're smearing us all over it.
Please give us a schmear today for a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Well, hungry now.
Living it up.
Doing good,
want a good schmear? I don't know. Schmear is not appetizing to me personally, Sealand.
If you put pap in front of it, then absolutely.
That's even less.
I don't know.
Schmear is what the Einstein brothers call it.
I don't want it. Yeah,
I love a bagel. You don't like bagels?
No, I love a bagel.
He doesn't like the word schmear.
The cream cheese, but if somebody said, Sean, I've got a schmear of filet mignon for you, I don't want it anymore.
A schmear of filet mignon?
I know. I'm just giving an example. I'm saying that the word can ruin something that's good. Like, I love shepherd's pie. Sean, I got a schmear of shepherd's pie for you.
Yeah, but now I'm like,
do you know what schmear means?
Yeah, it's like in a blender.
A spread.
You know? Yeah, like a spread. I know. You could spread anything, Sealand.
Ayo, ladies.
Forget it. All right. Let's put our
not in my 20s anymore.
True. Yeah, the tricks in the repertoire really start to dwindle. The older you get, can't even put a hand on the hip anymore. Anyhow, let's put our ears to the ground instead. Let's put our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to some lady's doorbell.
All right. Beep,
all right, there are a lot of things that we can extrapolate from what we're about to watch right here, okay? There are many, many things that we can pick up from this, and none of them are good.
All right.
Absolutely none of them are good. So this is from some woman's doorbell camera. It says Blink. I don't even know that brand, I don't think. Those are the small ones you can get on Amazon for pretty cheap.
I got Blink all day.
Yeah. I don't know if our dog room cam is a Blink, but they're not bad. I've seen them before.
I think Blink is in cahoots with Amazon.
Maybe. Yeah. It might be like one of their offshoot things.
Blink is what we use as our baby monitor when we're at the neighbor's house, where the
you
normal
leave your child alone at the house.
Normal baby monitor doesn't reach that far across the street.
Yeah, he's partying next door. He's got a margarita in his hands. Jackson's like, "Where are my parents?" And he knows. He'll know when he gets older. All right, to the front door where the doorbell is rung. They have a little entry room, and then you can see into it that some young kid in the neighborhood has approached the door to ring the doorbell. There we go.
What kind of doorbell is
Oh, my God.
Yapping dog. This is the first bad sign.
If our show was playing on the TV right now, Carl would be losing his mind. Like, I now have...
Carl doesn't like TV dogs?
PTSD is too intense of a phrase or a word, but every time I hear a dog, I now, think of Carl. Like, I look back to see, okay, he's going to start yapping his mouth off.
I often don't realize how good I have it with Lexi
until another dog comes over and yaps at the TV when there's a TV
so
dog.
annoying.
Lexi doesn't do it?
Care at all. No.
I wish. Anyways, what happened with this stupid dog?
So he rings the doorbell. The dog's yapping. Here we go. Yep. Yep. All right, woman opens the door.
Hello.
All right, now I don't know how old this kid is, but he's young. He's quite young. He might be 13 or 14 years old.
Yeah. How you doing? All right. Is your husband home by any chance? No.
So he said, "Is your husband home by any chance?" Just want to ask, is your husband home?
All right. So basically, I just want to know if you want to or anything like that.
Wait.
Goodbye.
Okay. So he said, "Is your husband home?" And she goes, "No." And he goes, "I just want to know, like, if you wanted to F or anything like that." And she goes, "No, goodbye," and shuts the door.
Weird.
And I think, like, what a young guy thing this is. No young girl ever in the history of ever is going to go over and ring a doorbell.
I have seen videos where young girls have done this.
Yeah, right. The pizza delivery guy, right?
What?
Yeah. First of all, you might be putting yourself on a list. Second of all,
not 13.
No, it doesn't happen. Like, women do not ring a doorbell with the hopes that a rando man will answer the doorbell and be like, "Hey, would you like to have sex with me right now?"
They're in the passenger seat of a bus, bang bus to be exact.
They
and
are
that's not
doing
set up
this
at all.
Yeah, this young guy, like, I go, did he watch too much adult material online?
No,
like,
this is a prank. He was dared to do this. Please
I don't
tell
think
me he
so.
was.
Just listening to this guy. I'll go back to him. Just listen to him. He's like, so, like, I don't know. I was just wondering if you would do this, you know? Is your husband home?
Oh. Yeah. How you doing? All right. Is your husband home by any chance? No. All right. So basically, I just want to know if you want to or anything like that. Goodbye.
And then he's like, all right, see you later. I gave it a shot.
He kind of smiled after she said goodbye, so I think maybe the prank thing has some legs.
I don't think so. I think this is a horny kid in a neighborhood, and he's like, I've seen the neighbor in the front yard washing her car like a Carl's Jr. commercial, and I'm going to go over there and shoot my shot.
That, or I wonder what the next day is like, maybe even the afternoon, where that neighbor is asking her neighbors, like, did you, this is so weird, have a young man in a white shirt ask you to, if you're DTF by any chance yesterday?
You know what? Good theory here. Ryan says on YouTube, ChatGPT is effing with this guy.
Yeah.
Is this like you're on ChatGPT and you go, my neighbor is an attractive woman. I was wondering, do you think if I went over there and rang the doorbell and asked if she was DTF, if it would work? That's a great idea, actually. You should go over there. Do you want me to give you a bullet point approach on how you could ring the doorbell and segue this into you putting yourself inside your neighbor? No, it's not going to work ever in the history of ever. What in the weird, man?
Now I kind of want to ask ChatGPT.
Do it. Yeah.
Ask it.
Justin, by the way, says, he had a 50-50 chance. Oh, come on. This is never going to work. It's so weird. This is such a young guy with hormones raging in a world full of
But there's
porn.
another way to do that. I mean, even in 2025... Are we back to door, or you go online?
No, there's another way to do it. This is just fundamentally 100% never the way to do it. This is like, first of all, it's insanely rude and just absolutely out of line to even ask a woman to go up to a woman, to your neighbor's house and be like, hey, are you DTF? Like, that's super insane that people would even try that to begin with. But on the other hand, it's like, now, what do you think's going to happen from now on? Like, you think she's just going to forget about this? You're like, what happens when her husband does come back home? If I come back home and my wife is like, hey, some kid came over and asked if I wanted to F while you were gone today, I might just want to take that kid's face and rub it into the asphalt for 30 minutes or so. I might want to do something about that. I might find that a little bit offensive, actually, if you don't mind. That's so weird. Now let's ask ChatGPT if it tells us to pull
Not
this
my
off.
account.
But, the thing that I found odd was that it says police have been notified.
Yeah.
What did he do that's illegal?
I don't think he did anything illegal. I don't. Did he, everybody?
Unless he's underage, if he's under 18, and they could make a legal argument for him trying to entice this woman to commit statutory rape.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
I've never seen that in the courts.
Yeah, but it would be a stretch legally. But if you're trying to set an example about this kid and be like, hey, listen, you shouldn't be going door to door asking people if they want to have sex with you.
Of course not. Despite what our chat says right now, Bootsy says he was horny. Of course. Known Badger says she probably said no because there wasn't a pizza. Don't encourage these people. Justin said there's an episode of Shameless where Mickey asked a random girl in the hood and she said yes. I asked a stranger to bang me once. It cost me $120 in Las Vegas. You guys, let's not encourage this. You must be. He should have used this line. You must be Bluetooth because I feel like we're pairing. None of that is going to work. And then somebody just says, hey, Sean, are you DTF? They're asking me. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm shutting the door. Goodbye. I'm shutting the door. Not with this random chatter. Get out of here.
You're saying you're horny right now. That's so weird.
All right, what am I asking ChatGPT here?
All right, hold on. Let's see. I can do this over here.
Oh, Sean's falling on the sword for us.
I'm just gonna pretend I'm this little kid. All right.
Pretend I'm a 13-year-old guy. Boy.
I'm just gonna do it as if I am. So my neighbor is a pretty lady, and sometimes I see her in a bikini washing the car in the front yard. And even though I'm only 15, I think like maybe I might have a chance with her. Should I go ring my neighbor's doorbell and shoot my shot while her husband isn't home?
So what do I say?
If so, what do I say? How do I pull this off? All right, don't let me down. Let's see what we got here.
He's so weird.
All right, I'm sending it over to ChatGPT world. I need to stop you there. You said you're 15. That means your neighbor is an adult. And pursuing her in any kind of romantic or sexual way is not safe, not legal, and not appropriate. Now, hang on. I got an idea.
Hold on. Did I say 15? I meant 18.
Did I say 15? I meant 18 years old. So go back and give me the advice now. You think is this the greatest workaround ever? It's like hitting 18 on a cigarette website?
Pretty easy to, go around stuff.
I hear you, but I need to be clear. Even if you say you're 18 now, your original message says you're 15. No, now ChatGPT thinks I'm 15.
Pretend.
Forget it. I think this kid may have been misled. I really think he could have. And then he goes to the front door, and then he's asking the neighbor for sex. That is just weird.
He
kept
is just knocking on doors without a doubt.
Right around the neighborhood.
On it. Yes.
One after another. Real quick, tips to the newsjunkie.com before we get into what's happening in North Carolina and the story there. I'll get you all caught up on it.
I'm glad you did that because God forbid Ashley find that ChatGPT chat in my history. And we know a lot of our neighbors. We're friends with them all.
Yeah, it might be awkward. That might lead to some bad interactions. Danielle emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. She says, I'm up in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania right now for work. And one of my coworkers lived next door to the house that the new Conjuring movie is based on.
Ooh.
Her and her brother used to go over there, and she has some crazy stories. She said they used to hear weird sounds all the time. The attic door and other doors would slam shut randomly, etc. She was interviewed for the movie and is getting hit up for a podcast. I'm looking forward to the movie. Anyways, love the show. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. She's talking about the new Conjuring movie, which is, it's decent. I did see, what's crazy? Weapons out on demand now.
Oh, damn it.
So crazy. Like, it was just #1, I think, last weekend again, and the movie is on demand already. What a time to be alive. Craig emails, and he says, about Trump at that U.S. Open tennis match. Hey, Sean, my son and I went to the Daytona 500 earlier this year, and we had the same issue when we arrived there. My son and I went about 4 hours before the festivities began, and we missed the beginning of the national anthem and all that stuff.
Oh, man.
In my opinion, I don't think anybody that requires that type of security should be allowed to attend events like this where the actual fans or patrons like me paid a lot to attend. Hope you all have a great week, Craig. I get that, Craig. Like, if you are trying to go enjoy an event and then the president or like some dignitary is going to be there and the security measures make it so everybody is inconvenienced and everybody has to wait, I think that would annoy me probably out of a vote, in the moment. Like I would not be down with that at all. So
we have
thank you.
plenty of people that listen to us in West Palm Beach that have to deal with that on the regular.
I know. Yeah, with the Mar-a-Lago stuff. And it's just a nightmare. It's just a bad idea overall. I get that you're annoyed by that. Okay, send us all your feedback on the show today as we roll through everything happening in the world of viral news. You can join us with what we call a dispatch. Send your video or audio responses over on thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Or you can email tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, we'll talk about the fallout, the reaction to the background, the bombshells, everything to do with this North Carolina attack on this Ukrainian refugee that has people talking. It's kind of crazy, some of the twists and turns here, and I feel like so many people have it wrong. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen it this bad, but we'll dive in, and we'll get to a whole lot more fun stuff as well on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
I got good news and bad news for you. Eastbound and westbound lanes of Sand Lake Road at Orange Blossom Trail, those are still blocked. Use John Young Parkway or Orange Ave.
School light activated.
Instant oil change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the traffic center of James.
Somebody just said Weapons is not available on streaming. That's information from Courtney. Do not call her a liar. I will fight you. Do not call her a liar. That's information from Courtney, and she is correct. It is the movie Weapons available on streaming right now. You can rent or buy.
Getting ready to roll. This season, we're going to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers host the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles at Raymond James Stadium on Sunday, September 22nd.
Do you have, you turned my speakers up a little bit not too long ago. You turned the feed up over here. Do you have the ability to turn it down just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
NFL matchup. Lunch will be included thanks to Jersey Mike's.
That is perfect, thank you.
Tickets, you can get the details on our website on the different ways to win at realradio.fm.
We've had massive traffic delays when presidents visited the Kennedy Space Center. Yeah. I mean, I just get it. Like, I think, let's imagine for a second, and this is going to be pretty hard for some of you. Let's imagine you're not a very political person. You're just like a worker bee. You got a beautiful family. You got kids. You want to go out for the day. You don't care about all this bullshit in politics land. And you want to go enjoy something like a space launch or a race or a tennis match. And you are inconvenienced by like an hour or 90 minutes. Your kids are getting restless. That's annoying. That's really annoying. All presidents do it. By the way, Courtney texts this to the doubters and haters. She's right. She's right. Okay? You're wrong. She's right. Undefeated. Good to have you, YouTube. So amazing to have you right off the jump. They didn't take you away from it. All right, question for you, chat. Yeses or nos? Are you following at all the North Carolina stabbing attack on the Ukrainian woman? Are you following the story at all? Have you seen the coverage? Are you aware? All I need to see is yes or no. Are you aware of the North Carolina stabbing attack on the train of this Ukrainian woman? Let me know, yes or no. Yes? No? No? Yes? Aware but not following? Yes, yes. Oh, that thing? Yes? No? We're going to do a quick little blurb with the details of what's going on next. When we come back in just a few minutes, we'll do a quick little blurb about what the details are. And then I want to tell you how, like, everybody has this story wrong. Like everybody has this story wrong. And I want to tell you the bombshell for me on what happened here and what should happen next. And then we'll get past that and we'll have some fun. I'm aware of not following it though. Make up your mind, Sean, aware of or following, but yes on both. I just mean to say, like, have you heard about it? You know? Have you heard about this North Carolina stabbing story? Daytona Squid says, enter the race convo here. Oh, God. That's the painful part about this. Like, this has nothing to do with race other than the fact that the guy, like, said, I got the white woman or whatever after he did it. This has nothing to do with race and so much more to do with some important things that everybody is missing. Yucker says, Weapons was very entertaining. I think it's rewatchable. I think we might watch it in the next week or so. 2 minutes.
Your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19.
Still trying to get through Sinners? You do not find Sinners to be good? I thought Sinners was pretty good, but some people didn't like it. Some people were like, it's too much like this movie, you know, From Dusk to Dawn or whatever. Some people did not like Sinners, but I enjoyed it. My husband even loved Weapons, and he usually hates everything I like. It was just a good story, told well with like some fun twists, and then they managed to make this scary. How do you make that scary? That's pretty impressive. Naruto running has become scary. 90 seconds.
Not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce. Things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits.
Okay, we're gonna get into this North Carolina story. How everybody's butchering this. I'll try to fix the world a little bit. Probably will be unsuccessful, but at least I'll feel good about it. And we'll all get some interesting insight into what's happening. It was scary seeing me do it. That's because I'm a great actor. One of the best there ever was. Okay. Here we go.
Cool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
I'm Dan, he's Ty.
Hello.
And we're the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast.
Tune in for previews, recaps, bits you won't hear anywhere else, and all the emotional support you need as a college football fan.
Join us all season long as we ride the roller coaster of this ridiculous sport.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast, and listen now.
We don't just love college football, Ty. We live it.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little asky. This is the new.
Share the show Tuesday. Hopefully you're spreading the word about the show at least at some point today. Send a friend a link to the podcast, the live stream, or even just hit like over there on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is getting this very interesting story about this attack in North Carolina absolutely wrong. And I want to, if you don't know about this, I'll quickly bring you up to speed, tell you what's going on, and then I'll tell you how, like, it's so frustrating to sit back and watch just so many people run in so many dumb directions with a story like this, when what really happened and the real lesson from it is so obvious to me. It couldn't be more obvious. But if you haven't heard about this, the situation is in North Carolina. They keep calling this, like, they say commuter train or
light, right? Something like
light
that.
rail. Is that it? Like light train, light rail train. You know, I don't know
Maybe
exactly
it's
what that
above
means.
ground.
Yeah, it's some sort of like public transport train in North Carolina in the Charlotte area. Now, I've been to Charlotte long ago, but I've never been on this public transit, so I don't know much about it.
Last time I went, I don't remember seeing it all that much. So that, like, I don't know how often it's used, or maybe it is underground and that's why we didn't see it. But
yeah, it looked like the stops when I was watching. It looked like the stops were like subway stops. So maybe it's like a downtown Charlotte, North Carolina type commuter train, as they're kind of describing here. And there is this woman, Erna Zarutska is her name. She was 23 years old. And she came to the United States of America, to Charlotte, North Carolina, because of what's happening in Ukraine. She's this Ukrainian woman. And I guess she's like a model or something. It's a little crazy because the photo that they show of her, hang on, I'll get it for you streamers here momentarily. But the photo that they show of her in a lot of the stories looks very, very different from them showing her in the video itself.
Yeah. I mean, she had just gotten off of work.
Yeah. And she had like a hat on too.
Yep. And she was listening to, they were scrolling through her phone, AirPods in. And I think it was like 4 or 5 minutes before he did anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the woman here, Erna Zarutska, 23 years old. She gets onto this commuter train and she sits down in front of this dude. She's this Ukrainian woman, white woman. The dude is black, but although that's distracted everybody, it really doesn't have much to do with this story. So the 23-year-old sits down. I'm not going to show you the video for like 8,000 reasons, but the guy like is kind of moving around with his hoodie on and stuff. And then about 4 minutes into it, he reaches into his hoodie and he grabs a knife and he starts attacking this woman in the neck. He's stabbing her in the head and the neck area for no reason. None. There was no interaction. There was no motive, really. This just for no reason, this guy decided, here's the moment, takes out the knife that he has and starts stabbing and killing this Ukrainian refugee. And then the sort of crazy thing about it is she flees the bombing, droning, and attacks from Russia in Ukraine, and then she dies by the hands of a lunatic in Charlotte, North Carolina. A couple other details here. I thought News Nation had a pretty good report on this for all the bad ones that I've seen out there.
The murder of a Ukrainian refugee on a Charlotte light rail train is now making international headlines. Newly released surveillance video shows the moment that Irina Zarutska was fatally stabbed in a horrific August assault.
Irina Zarutska is how you say her name.
The suspect, who police say is a homeless man with a violent history, is waking up behind bars, being held without bond. And as investigators piece together what sparked this heinous attack, that disturbing video is raising new questions about crime, mental illness, and public safety. Do want to warn you first that this chilling footage is very hard to watch.
So there was cameras on the train.
Irina Zarutska fled war-torn Ukraine for a new life in Charlotte.
She was so young, just 23 years old.
On August 22nd,
all right, so here she
tragedy
is.
Struck.
Now, that's the same person. She's got her hair up. She's got a hat on. She's a tiny little thing. It barely looks like her, but she's got to be less than 100 pounds soaking wet, this poor girl. She gets onto the train in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she just takes a seat.
She left work at a local pizzeria just before 10 p.m. and got on a city train. On her ride home, with headphones on and eyes on her phone, Irina sat just in front of a man, now identified as DeCarlos Brown Jr. Brown pulled out a pocket knife and stabbed her 3 times in the neck. Irina collapsed and died. Passengers rushed in to help her as Brown slipped off at the next stop, quickly arrested and charged with first-degree murder.
Now, a lot of the stories will say quickly arrested. From the best I can tell, what happened was a lot of people at the train station saw that this guy, the attacker, saw that he was bleeding. And they were like, are you okay? Are you okay? And they were worried about him because they're good people. And they go, are you all right? Are you all right? They didn't know he just killed a woman on the train. And so they brought the guy to the hospital. And at the hospital, apparently, the police caught up with the guy. The reason why he's bleeding everywhere, people didn't know it, was because he had committed this murder, you know? And the mayor and everybody else jumps on board and started talking about this. And then it became the thing that I told you about yesterday. Like, there was legitimate articles from pretty big mainstream outlets talking about how, oh, you know, like MAGA types are making use of this. Oh, God, there's like a bunch of racism online. Like, instead of talking about the thing, they were talking about the reaction to the thing. They were worried, actually. The reporters who were just supposed to kind of tell you what's going on in the world, they were worried about what would happen if they told you the truth in this case. And it shows you a lot of things. But, you know, on CNN, I think they had some conversations like this. Here's just a quick peek.
Really, over the weekend, Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, other Trump-aligned figures succeeded in making this senseless death a symbol of big city crime. We heard President Trump asked about it yesterday when he was heading home from New York City. He didn't seem to know much about it. He said he would get briefed. And then today, Trump did know all about it. That's exactly what has happened here. This story has trickled up from local
news. You see, like, the interest for some people is, oh, is this like an example of big city crime? Which, by the way, it is. I'll explain in a second. But for other people, it's like, oh, no, the interest in this story is the bad things that some people are going to do with it, right? This is Brian Stelter on CNN, and he's literally just concerned about what people are going to do with the story of this woman's death.
To social media and now to the president's attention. And it's being used, as you said, Brianna, as a political symbol, with MAGA media calling for more forceful punishments and more incarceration. I have to say, some of the replies to Musk, some of the comments around this story are baldly racist, stoking fear of African Americans because this man attacked a white woman. The open racism on sites like X today, it's eye-popping. But there are also legitimate questions about this so-called career criminal, someone who had been a repeat offender. And those questions, I hope they're not lost.
I love this. The also is, you know, oh, yeah, by the way, there are some questions about this. I hope they're not lost, even though his focus, like so many of these other people who are sort of sweeping for this, is like, hey, the damage that could be done with this story. The point of this story is so freaking obvious. It's so crazy to me. I put this together just so everybody can know what was going on here. Now, this guy who ended up stabbing this woman, his name is DeCarlos Brown Jr. He's 34 years old. He had been arrested over a dozen times, I think 14 times or so in total. If you go back to, I don't even know if you can see this. If you go back to 2011 to 2013 in the Charlotte area, he was arrested multiple times for felony, larceny, threats, assault, violent crimes. Okay. This man who clearly was mentally ill was lashing out in violent ways. And he sort of began this pattern of crime. A couple years later in 2014, DeCarlos Brown is convicted of armed robbery. He's sentenced to 5 years in prison. And
this guy is familiar with the legal process.
He is, yeah. They release him after that from prison. In 2021, in February, he was arrested for this time assaulting his sister at her home in Charlotte, North Carolina. So now the man who was released for a violent crime commits another violent crime. Why he wasn't on some sort of probation that would have sent him back for another stretch, kept him off the streets and kept people safe from this violent, mentally ill nut job. Why they didn't do that? No one will ever know. I mean, we'll know. It's just because this is the policy. This is the policy of these people that they do over and over and over and over again, even though it doesn't work. It's like, we're going to hug them. We're going to hug the crazy out of them. 2021 and 2022, his mother, this is the guy who killed this woman on the train in North Carolina, DeCarlos Brown Jr. His mother got an involuntary commitment order. All right. She said, my son is violent. He won't stop being violent in the house. He's attacking his sister. He's attacking me. And he's got major problems. They diagnose him with schizophrenia. He was hospitalized for 2 weeks. They kick him out because he was being too aggressive. All right. Then he hits the streets. This is what happens all the time. We have these people caught up in the trap in the United States of America where they are mentally ill and they are violent. We have activists who pretend that mentally ill, violent people don't actually exist. All the people on the streets, all those people are victims of capitalism, right? Something has gone wrong and they missed a payment on their house and now they're out on the streets. And that's the reason why people are out there and homeless. Not that there is a very, very, very significant amount of these people who are mentally ill and some portion of them that's not insignificant that are also violent. So he becomes homeless because his family can't deal with it. His mother was literally begging the cops. He's violent. I don't know what to do. Can you help us? And they're like, there's nothing we could do. There's nothing we could do. In 2024, the Charlotte Police Department interacts with him at least 3 times, and they refer him to all these like resources that advocates will and activists will tell you about. Oh, we got all these, these resources and these programs and plans that solve this stuff. He was never committed to any facilities, and they continued to let him roam free.
I mean, you think that he would take them up on the resources or listen to his family that he attacked in the past? It makes no sense to me. Also doesn't make sense to me that we have all this timeline that you just presented to us, and yet someone can make a threat online to a sheriff in Florida, and who's there to greet them as soon as they get off the plane and take them to jail for a threat to a law enforcement's life. Like, it doesn't seem like, I don't know if our budget's going to the right places or the
we spent a lot of money. We spent a lot of money on homeless issues and mental crisis issues and a lot of the major cities in the country. But I disagree because I'm not at all surprised. I'm not at all surprised that when they offered him all of these different things, he didn't take them because he's a mentally ill, violent man, right? So, like, of course, he's not processing things like we are. So he's not going to go, well, you're right. I should go to this facility and take these shots and then I'll be okay. No, that's the problem. That's what happens. In January of 2025.
Or mindsets like that are why people get off their meds sometimes, too. They're like, you know what? I'm feeling a lot better. I don't think I need the meds all the time.
Yeah, it happens absolutely all the time. In January of 2025, he was arrested, the guy who killed this woman in Charlotte, North Carolina, for misuse of 911. Now, what happened was he called the police and he said there was man-made material controlling his body. All right? He tells them when they arrive, there's man-made material controlling my body. They said, sir, do you want any help? Here are the resources we have for you. And he goes, no, send me to jail. Send me to jail. And they're like, no. And he's like, I'm going to keep calling 911. He keeps calling 911. He's like, there's people controlling my body with man-made material. And the next day, a judge released him with no bond. Violent history, all of these problems, all of these different signs, every red flag in the world. Judge goes, no bond, see you later, out the door. And they let him walk. And 6 days later, no, 6 months later, rather, the judge ordered a forensic psych eval on this guy, and they released him on the street once again. And then the next month, he fatally stabbed this woman, Irina Zarutska, in Charlotte on the light rail. This is the problem in the United States of America. I'll simply explain it in a nutshell, and we'll go on to all the fun stuff. We have no plan for the violent, mentally ill, homeless people in this country. Their families can't deal with them anymore. They cannot get any help for these folks. They don't know what to do, so they become homeless. They hit the streets. The cops can't arrest them in a lot of cases for just being homeless. They can't arrest them for talking to themselves on the streets. They can't arrest them for just like random threats that they shout out to passersby. They don't know what to do with them. So in the United States of America, in all of these cities, we wait until somebody snaps and then hurts or kills somebody, and then finally we do something about it. That's the setup that we have in this country. That is the problem. It has nothing to do with race, that he's black and she's white, has nothing to do with anything else. It has to do with activists pretending that there aren't violent hobos out there and that this isn't a problem, and that we don't need any kind of laws or regulations or anything for this. And the judicial system constantly letting these people with all these signs of violence and red flags back onto the streets, and just this shoulder shrug of, yeah, we know this person's violent. Like I tell you all the time on this show, if you talk to the cops in any city in this country, they will tell you the problem people in any city. And they will say, we are sitting here waiting until they kill somebody. And eventually when they do, and his mother knew he was going to do it, his sister knew he was going to do it, his family, the cops, everybody knew. And it just came down to like, well, guess what? We got to sacrifice somebody. We got to wait and sacrifice somebody because we don't have preventative measures for the violent, mentally ill, homeless people, and just generally speaking, the violent, mentally ill people in this country. We are a fix it afterwards country. And that is deadly in some of these cases. And that is what happened. That is the only thing that really matters in this case. Yet you hear people spinning it out. The media is trying to be like, it's not a big deal. We don't need to focus on this, or they're being racist with it, or they're MAGA with it, or it's like, no, this is a story about failed policies. We don't have a plan to handle these people. And then I'll say the thing, okay? Yes, we need to have preventative measures for people who are obviously openly mentally ill on the streets. The way to help them, the way to be decent to them, the way to be empathetic to them is actually to get them and put them in a facility and get them the help that they need. Not sit back and go, it'll be a problem for a later date. And that is what happens all too much. Let me know what you think. Send a dispatch over. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. I mean, always sad when you see somebody like that. It's like so unbelievably brutal, person's life taken away from them at such a young age. But there's the story of this woman, Irina Zarutsky, and her situation in Charlotte, North Carolina. Give us your thoughts as the show rolls on. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. We're running a little behind. When we come back, C-Lane had, I would say it was like a wish, something that he really, really wanted.
Oh, Make-A-Wish style.
Kind of. Yeah, this would be like a really dream outcome for C-Lane. He's really been crossing his fingers for this. And somebody else was awarded with it. And now their life is falling apart.
Oh.
So we'll explore what is happening in this case. It's a pretty unbelievable one. And we'll go on that journey together. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
This weather report is
As a result, plan for a high of only around 87 degrees today in Orlando. We'll be expecting about an 80% chance of rain, especially as we head into this afternoon and evening. We'll start to see a pattern shift, though, as we head towards the end of this week and into the weekend. Drier air filters in, and that will give way to a lower chance of rain just in time for the weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. From
Hang tight, School Bike Crew. Hello? Microphone is on.
It doesn't have to be a chore.
What are you doing?
The moment you take some time to reset,
Be safe out there.
relax, and walk out.
Love you.
Love you too. That's
Bye.
what Hammer and Nails does. That's what they're for. When you walk in, it's clear it's not your ordinary barber shop. It's not coupon cuts. It's the nation's first barber spa. You head to the bar, you grab a cocktail, pick something on TV, and get pampered. Take some time to treat yourself.
Okay.
To Men's Grooming Redefined. When it comes to men's grooming, they don't cut corners. They redefine the whole experience.
Why don't we have insane asylums anymore? Somebody says. That is a great question. Why don't we have insane asylums in 2025? That is because many years ago, there was a Supreme Court ruling that said you cannot take somebody and confine them to a facility like that without their permission. They said we have rights as people, and those rights are included even for people who are mentally ill, severely mentally ill, and you cannot forcibly hold them save for some very specific circumstances. There is a direct line between that moment and homelessness is a crisis in the United States of America, and mental illness is a crisis in the United States of America. There's a direct line. Congress can do something about it. They could codify a law that says people exposing themselves to the public in a way where it's very clear they're in the middle of a mental health crisis. And you'd have to have some very specific, things in place to make sure that this isn't used to go after your political enemies and stuff. But people who have these mental health crises in public can be taken forcibly, put into one of these facilities, and get the medical attention that they need. Again, this country is reactive instead of proactive, just like with mass shootings. Yes! Yes! Absolutely. I mean, what do you want? His mother said he's violent, it's a problem, I can't handle him, he has to be out on the streets. He couldn't get the help, even though everybody was screaming for it. And it's like the Daniel Penny story in New York City on the subway. That guy, everybody knew all of these things about him. Okay? Everybody knew that he was prone to violence and that there were all of these incidents with the police. They couldn't do anything. And so they just had to wait until he attacked somebody. Crazy. 1 minute, we're coming back. Sadly, nonviolent mentals got grouped in with really bad violent people and treated horribly. Lobotomies, electric shock therapy, etc. Yes and no. Some of that was absolutely exaggerated post hoc. And afterwards, like, oh, this system was so bad. And all we can do from that is learn from it and try to do something better. But we clearly have a problem. And we're not people without any way to deal with it. In other countries and other cultures, it doesn't happen. You know why? Because the family members will rally around anybody, no matter how bad they are off mentally. In France, you don't see these people on the streets, and they're not homeless on the streets, because the families take them in and take care of them. Happens all over the world, but not here.
Open the free iHeartRadio app today. The #1 app for radio.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about good mail, Duke's mail. It'll make any dish sing. Get Duke's mail in store. It's got twang.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real, no proof or no. Radio.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
This show, on a Share the Show Tuesday, no less, is called The News Junkie. Learn more about the show and join us with a dispatch. Record yours right now at thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane, it's a dream. It's a dream of yours. Not to get a microphone that doesn't squeak when you move it around like that. No. Totally different. One of the dreams.
Don't dream about that. That seemed like a lame thing to dream about.
One of the things I have heard you dream about was you said you would love one of those lottery prizes where you keep getting the payments each week. You get
they call it like $2,500 a week, but I think they pay you annually.
There's different plans that they have for these kind of things, and you liked it because C-Line was like, if I screw up everything, I can always reboot because
each year.
Like every year, my life, I can ruin it and, have nothing. And then my life reboots each year. And it's like, oh, here's some more money, Mr. Lane.
Not too shabby.
If you, the one that I bought most recently that's why it was fresh in my head, was $2,500 a week. And that was the grand prize. And it's a $5 scratch off. And if you read like the fine print, you could get a lump sum that's just a portion of, like, it's just a number that they kind of come up with. Mm-hmm. If you do it where you, like a group of people or a trust or something, some way that you would anonymously claim a lottery prize, claims it, they only give you 25 years worth.
Yeah.
Like they guarantee it for 25 years. But if you just do the lifetime thing, it's guaranteed for 25 years or more.
Right.
Math.
And then then it's like a salary for a while. You just got $130,000 a year.
John Wiley, living your dream. Living your dream. Here he is with the big Publishers Clearinghouse.
What a jerk.
Here he is with a big win. Oregon man won $5,000 a week forever in 2012.
He looks so thrilled.
He looks like he needs a new shirt.
All right, he won $5,000 a week forever in 2012. He spent cash like he was set for life. But now Publishers Clearinghouse has gone bankrupt, and he might lose his home.
Oh, no.
So he literally, like C-Lane wanted to do, he's just spending like crazy because you could just reboot each year. And Publishers Clearinghouse went bankrupt, and they have said they will no longer honor prizes from previous.
Baloney.
To the bankruptcy. So the guy's screwed. They're not going to, they said we'll pay you $5,000 a week forever.
How much did he spend?
He spent a bunch of it, I guess. Let's see what else they say. An old sweepstakes TV commercial promised only Publishers Clearinghouse can make you so rich so fast. This guy, John Wiley, 61-year-old man from Oregon, won $5,000 a week for life in 2012. He receives an annual check. This is what C-Lane wanted, $260,000 every January.
Right.
The money let him retire and buy a house on 6 acres in Washington. But this year, the check suddenly stopped. A few months later, he learned why. Publishers Clearinghouse had filed for bankruptcy without warning him or other winners. He said it feels like a nightmare, made worse by the fact that he hasn't worked in more than a decade and can't find a job now. His bills are piling up, and the guy, just like C-Lane, thought, like, I've got it made in the shade. I can spend like crazy, but I'll get rebooted every year.
Okay, there's a couple things that come into play. One, I do wonder if he has any legal standing for, when companies go, but he must have signed something before receiving payments.
Yeah.
So in that contract, does it say if we go bankrupt, sorry, or does he have the right to sue with
who's he going to sue? They're bankrupt.
Yes,
No. She's not wrong though, because C-Lane, they said he has to, if he wants to get the money that was promised him, $5,000 for life, and keep the checks coming, he has to pursue that in the bankruptcy court. No. Only the new prizes will be guaranteed to be paid out. Everybody who won before, cut off.
Which
no more.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Secondly, he should have gotten a financial planner or something before spending all that money, hoping that, the next year I'm going to re-up.
Yeah,
he
is
could
this
have easily
evidence?
put one of those chunks into something that would have been a great nest egg for emergencies like this.
Yes, but is this evidence that C-Lane was wrong and that taking the lump sum is the smart idea because you get your money? You get your money, you don't have to worry.
Lump sum.
Or would there be a problem like if some company cuts you a check for the lump sum and then they go, hey, they stopped our payouts, you got to give us the money back. I don't even know if that would happen or not.
I mean, take the lump sum and then you can give that lump sum to somebody who will pay you out every single year, and you can, get that little effect that you get a brand new check.
I'm not trusting that guy.
we going to trust the company?
It's in a trust.
Look what happens if you trust the
Literally
company.
in the name, Christopher.
Yeah, but I'm not. This is Publishers Clearinghouse. I'm talking about the lottery.
They're bankrupt. Sourdough on Twitch says, just needed to put a little away in an investment account each week, and then you'll be set for life. Yeah, but C-Lane didn't want that. He loved it. He was like, I'll reboot every year.
I want to do both. You don't think that I'm going to put some of my annual payout into an investment account?
Oh, now you're saying that?
This is what you were
I never said I wouldn't invest anything.
No, you just said you liked the safety net of thinking if all hell broke loose.
No, not so safe anymore, is it?
No. Now the company is upended and you're completely screwed. And now this guy's like, hey, I was really, really screwing around financially, and I can't keep my house going. I'm going to lose my place.
Whoopsie-daisy.
All of it's piling up on him. What do you think? Does this change your mind on how you would handle any kind of payout from a win? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. We've got a bunch of people.
$260,000 a year. He should have something in savings.
Well, $260. Is that before taxes?
Pre-taxes.
Pre-tax is $260. That's going to get
put 10 grand.
Slice and dice. You're going to end up with less than most people would think.
What if?
But put 20% of that into something that you don't touch for years.
I think you pay 30% on winnings like this, so $182,000 a year.
Yeah, and if he's living the life like he's going to get re-upped next year, he's probably burning through that money.
Oh, that's a dumb decision.
Exactly, and then now it's fully on display here for this guy. All right, we'll see what you think about all of this and get into some more details on some of the stories we've hit so far. I got to talk about this lady. I'm coming to this lady's defense. I've had enough. I have had enough. We got more. Not for this lady. I'm coming to the defense of a woman who had an issue in the city of Orlando that needs to be discussed. On another front, people are coming to defend the defense of the Philadelphia Phillies Karen lady and starting to defend this woman now. Her supporters are coming out of the woodwork. That's a very bizarre battle that we're seeing play out here. We'll give you the update on that, too. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Week 2 of the NFL season has the Tampa Bay Bucks in Houston to play the Texans on Monday Night Football. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. Monday on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Police activity off to the shoulders, slowing down traffic on I-95 northbound before LPGA Boulevard. Eastbound and westbound lanes are still blocked on Sand Lake Road at Orange Blossom Trail. Use John Young Parkway or Orange Avenue as an alternate route. Traffic's wide open on the major roadways. No surprises on I-4. Florida's Turnpike affecting your ride this morning. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Get 2 #1 selling bacon cheeseburgers and fast food. Wendy's JBC. Plus medium fries and soft drink for just $8. Total game changer. Order today. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Claim per independent marketing.
Imagine if instead of paying more to the utility company, you could take control of your energy. That's where solar installers in Florida come in.
If I was getting $5,000 a week, Booty Sweat says, I'd be working and popping half of that into oil and just leaving it be.
Bills will be much more predictable.
If you were bringing in, let's say, C-Line said $180. All right, I don't know if that's right, but let's just say $180. $180,000 a year. You've got your mortgage payment. Let's say that's $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 a year. Already, you're cut down to less than $150. All of your bills, everything that piles up from your car to just expenses of living, is going to bring you at least to $100,000. But you're a prize winner, and you've won money that replenishes every single year. So you're going to spend beyond this, and you're going to go, savings, sure, I could do that, but even if I don't, I'll be fine next year, and the next year, and the next year. That's how this guy got in that place. Charles says, 5K a week, how do you screw that up? Shaking my head. Bankruptcy. Bankruptcy. We got to talk about this lady in Orlando who her dog was attacked by another person's pit bull. And the owner, after this attack, after this woman is like fighting with the pit bull, biting the pit bull to get it off of her dog. After that, almost nonchalantly, the owner of the attack dog arrives, puts a leash on his dog, and walks away. And the woman is left bloody, and her dog is attacked, and it's a shocking, horrifying day in her life. And I say this as one of like my key things, all right? I got these things where I've figured out how to improve the outcomes for everybody. It's another story where it's clear that enough is enough. If people are not watching their dogs, if people are letting their dogs loose, if people's dogs attack you or your dog, that dog should be codified into law. That dog is an extension of you. Any damage your dog does is on you as if you did it yourself. That person should be cuffed right away, haul their ass off to jail. See you later. Haul their ass off to jail. It'll stop in a month. People's dogs run away from them. People don't have their dogs on a leash. A couple of them attack another dog or a woman. You spend 60 days in jail. You lose your job. Your life gets turned upside down. It'll fix the problem in a month. Insanity that we let this happen. Big Dog Millionaire says, if my dog is an extension of me, I'm flogging the hell out of it. Your dog is technically your property. Whilst you might not be able to flog it, you could blow it up if you want, legally. We've seen that in stories. Angel says $3,000 a month mortgage, WTF? Yeah. I'm being reasonable. Jesus, Austin just texted me something. I don't know if I could share it or not, but these kind of stories are so friggin' frustrating about the dog. So frustrating. I'm tired of it. Your dog should not be allowed to be a menace to society. Your dog should not be some loose weapon attacking people, and then you're like, oh, what are we gonna do? No. It's your dog, your steps in life led that dog to that action. You were responsible, just like you hit that person yourself. Enough is enough. 2 minutes. David said her name is Karen Kearney from Rittenhouse Square, Philadelphia. That sounds fake. She works as a parking ticket enforcement officer in the Fishtown district. This woman has been fake named Phillies Karen like at least two times, maybe 3 times. So I don't know.
This Friday, donors will receive a SeaWorld Orlando Alice Spring ticket, a
90 seconds, coming back.
And a wellness checkup. Join us this Friday, September 12th, between 7:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. right here in Maitland. Go to realradio.fm.
Times have changed. Mortgage is $1,000 for me. Good for you. That's nice. We need an IQ test for certain ownership. And the IQ thing sorts itself out, right? If you think that you will go to jail because your dog is not on a leash and it attacks somebody, if you see other people going for 30, 60, 90 days to jail, you will hold on to the leash. I don't care how dumb they are. They can have rocks in their brains. They can talk like that. I don't care. Trust me, it will solve the problem. And the rest of the people are just bound for jail anyway. All right, we're coming back. Let's do it. Lady is hiding right now. All right, here we go.
Pressure you. Stop by one of our 3 area locations or visit greenwaykias.com. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock number TG007443. Negative equity refinanced expires 10/7/25.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Preparing you
for the impending robot uprising.
This is the News Junkie.
a wild ride. We're going to get into it in just a moment here on the show. And want to hear from you, too. In fact, a lot of you already have opinions about stuff happening on the show. And I love that, for one. I don't care what that opinion is. It might be smart, it might not be, but it'll certainly be something to focus on for a second or two on the show. So send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. Did you guys see this morning? This is a local story for those of you listening elsewhere. This woman in Orlando who tried to stop the dog attacking her dog.
No.
This lady, oh my God. Oh my God. This one had me.
Work out well.
This one had me going. This is maybe my most radicalized issue at the moment, okay? This is the thing I am most radicalized on, and I just think we can do something about this. Is this the story? Hang on, I think WFTV might have some details that will help us out here.
Story about being attacked by a pit bull. Yeah, the video you're about to see may be disturbing to some, but it was all captured on camera. Take a look.
All right, here's the dog.
The store with her dog, then in the distance.
So this poor woman, she is in her, I thought it said 70s or something, but I don't see it in the story I'm looking at. This woman comes out of a store. She's got her dog on a leash. There's a roving dog. Now, do not get distracted by the shiny thing that is the word pit bull, okay? Yes, pit bulls can be a problem, et cetera, et cetera. I don't care about that. I don't care.
By the way.
This a 70-year-old lady walks out with her dog, and a loose dog, that's the key point, a loose dog comes after her dog and starts attacking it. Now, the woman gets knocked down.
She walks out of the store with her dog. Then in the distance there, you can see her drop to the ground as she's
kicking the dog
at the Lancaster Shopping Center in Pine Castle. Channel 9's Valerie Boy reports the victim is now concerned others could be injured.
Of course.
Well, the victim says she's been coming to the shopping plaza for the last 9 years, even getting free milk bones for her dog. But now she says she's too scared to come after a terrorizing attack by another dog, and it was all caught on camera.
All right, the most infuriating thing about this is incoming here, right? Hang on.
Shirley Passamatic says it came out of nowhere.
All of a sudden, my dog is getting attacked.
In the video, you can hear Shirley screaming for help as her dog Sparky cries.
Sparky! Oh, little Sparky! She starts biting the dog that's attacking Sparky. She didn't know what to do. She's freaking out.
Badass.
She just
you know
biting.
what to do.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard take the finger, poke into the backside of the dog. She doesn't know that, I guess. She didn't know about this. Sparky was sitting there just hanging on, and she said, I'm going to bite the dog back. I don't know what to do.
She tried fighting off the pit bull.
I had my cane.
She's hitting him with a cane.
And when that didn't stop the big dog from attacking 14-year-old Sparky, Shirley, who weighs only 91 pounds, decided to bite.
Not for nothing, but there's a bunch of people on the sidewalk just straight up watching this happen. Just like, wow, that's interesting that's happening down there. There's at least two grown-ass men watching a 70-year-old with her little dog struggle on the ground, desperately trying to fight back to save little Sparky here.
The pit bull.
I had my hands in his mouth and trying to open his mouth.
Hands in his
mouth.
And
I couldn't do it because I wasn't strong enough. So I leaned down and I bit him on the back of the neck.
Suddenly, the dog stopped when its owner arrived.
Grabbed the leash, walk away, didn't check on us to see how we were.
There you go.
You're kidding me.
There you go. The owner comes up nonchalantly, puts the leash on his dog, and walks away from the scene as fast as he can. Doesn't say, are you okay? Is everything all right, ma'am? I'm sorry this happened. I will pay for the bills incurred here. I'll help you out. This was my fault. Nothing.
It seems like everybody in this video, except for the owner and Sparky, suck. Everybody sucks.
The bystanders less, but yes, I agree. I think they do. I think this is enough. This is enough. This is over. We have to fix this. All of us, we have to fix this together. We need to finally say your dog is an extension of you. If your dog is off the leash and attacks another person or another animal, you are personally responsible for your decision to let the dog do that, because that's what happened. It was your decision to not put the dog in a secure area, to not have the dog on a leash. My dog's fine.
Bring your dog out in public knowing that it's capable of something like that.
People do it all the
Your dog
time,
does
unfortunately.
not go out in public.
Yeah, I mean, you've had this happen with dogs will just run up out of nowhere, I'm
Thank
sure.
God Carl's 5.5 pounds because I swung him around like a lasso.
Yeah, I've done it too.
That's all I could do. I've also
I've swung lady around like a lasso with no impending doom.
How
could you do that?
Those beautiful
I've done
ears.
it too.
I got bit by a dog too, and I mean, granted, I was at the person's house. I can understand where the dog was maybe surprised seeing me in the backyard, but then again, it could have been a lot worse if I didn't have jeans on. And so there is definitely a lot of responsibility that comes along with your, under the law, property.
But what happens is these people, they take the dog, they leave, and then they go, oh, well, there's not much we can do. It wasn't the person. No, it's time. It's time for a change. The law needs to be changed so that if your dog attacks somebody, it is no different than you attacking somebody. It is an extension of you. If your dog attacks this lady's dog, it was because of something that you did. It's this weird, like, gray area where you're allowed to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad human being. And then you go, well, I didn't do it. The dog did it. It's usually a good, nice dog. No, to jail. To jail. And if you think about it for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days in Gen Pop, you might not do it again. And the other dummies out there with rocks for brains might go, maybe I should put my dog on a leash because I don't want to go to jail. You solve the problem in 5 minutes. This woman is sitting there being attacked by this loser's dog, and everybody's going to be distracted by the fact that it's a pit bull. It doesn't matter. The guy just let the dog do it. That's what matters. That's what matters. And we need to put a stop to it. And there's no reason why we can't. This poor lady. I can't believe it. This just happens over and over again. Ask every postal worker. I know it seems like a cartoon trope, but it's not. Ask anybody who's had this happen. Austin, friend of the show, his poor dog, his adorable little dog. And his dog got attacked by a roving dog in the neighborhood. Same kind of story. I won't tell you exactly how much, but it was a very, very, very big vet bill. Okay?
Oh,
very big
absolutely.
vet bill.
It happened to my dog growing up, and it was the next door neighbors. Their dog dug under the gate, and all of a sudden they were thrashing around. His name was Pancho. May he rest in peace. And it was, massive holes in his body, drainage, 2 surgeries, and of course, that dog was just as important to my mom and dad as it was our actual human children. But it could have been avoided.
Yeah, well, but
there was zero responsibility or any sort of remorse from the neighbors that owned that dog.
You will pay anything, and you do. $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. You will pay an insane amounts of money, thousands and thousands of dollars. In Austin's case, in his case, he finds the people. Eventually, they're like, "Oh yeah, that sucks. Okay, well, we'll help pay for it." And they paid about $3,000, and then just left the neighborhood.
Oh,
and never get another dime out of them because no one is held responsible. It's your decisions. It is your decisions that are leading to these bad outcomes, like legitimate bad outcomes for other people where they're hurt, where their property, their pets are hurt. And then I don't know. It was off the leash. Usually it's a real good dog. No. Why do we allow this stuff? Because that's what we're doing. We're allowing it to happen over and over again to a 70-year-old woman.
About being attacked by
Jesus,
a pit
man.
bull.
It's so frustrating to watch this.
I know the man who just walked away with his dog without saying a word.
This is from his tooth.
Shirley was bit and bruised in the attack.
She's got bite marks everywhere.
The soon-to-be 70-year-old explains what really hurt her most was that no one came to help. People just watched, leaving her on the ground to fend for herself.
There's people just staring, okay? They're just watching from a distance. Every time I pause this, it just starts it over.
Walked away with his dog without saying a word.
This is from his tooth.
Shirley was bit and bruised in the attack, but the soon-to-be 70-year-old explains what really hurt her most was that no one
just laughed and nobody did anything.
People just watched, leaving her on the ground to fend for herself, even after the dog left.
I'd have felt better if somebody would have helped me.
The attack has left her shaken physically and emotionally. She's worried for the safety of others.
It could have been a child. That was an untoward
totally unprovoked attack.
Yes, 1,000 times. It could have been a kid. It has been a kid. Could have been somebody else's dog. It has been somebody else's dog. We let everybody get pets, and it's great. It's awesome. I'm happy that people can better their lives with animals. I love animals. I have a dog. I love my dog. I love my cat. It's great. But we need to hold people accountable for things that they do that cause harm to other people or cause their animals to be harmed or anything else on down the line. And this idea of like, well, technically the guy didn't do anything. It was just every single massive, completely avoidable mistake that he made up until that. But should we really throw him to jail and behind bars? Should we throw him into jail for that? Yes.
Good point from Phil on the texting service. She's over 65, so the owner should be charged with, whatever it would be on an elderly person. Like if you get in a fight with somebody and you hurt them, but if they're like 65 or over, you get a bigger charge.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy, C-Lane? The cops, as far as I can tell, aren't even investigating. Animal control is investigating. All right? And you know what animal control is going to decide?
Nothing.
Whether or not that dog is killed. All right?
Right.
Animal control isn't going to decide any punishment for the owner. They're going to decide whether or not the owner's dog is removed from their care and killed. So that dog loses too. Everybody loses except for the person who owned this dog that let it run wild like this. Somebody says crazy.
Somebody says if one of those bystanders, those losers that just watched, were a concealed weapons permit holder and they drew their weapon and shot the aggressive dog, would they be in trouble? I don't think so.
You probably would. You probably would be able to do that, right? Because you're trying to help
protecting
somebody.
a person. I mean, she got bit by the dog.
She definitely had a reasonable fear for her life. And
dogs have been shot for far less.
Yeah, and people have been killed in these exact moments. What do you think? What should happen? In my estimation, we just shouldn't deal with this anymore. It's just stupid. We've got issues that are not that hard to fix, and we deal with them over and over and over again. Okay, when we come back, there was just an event where somebody passed out with cameras rolling. I want to investigate. I want to see what was happening there.
I've been part of one of those.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
I was just looking through some old pictures, and I found one that somebody had posted of me. I had fallen asleep, and they put like a tiny little plush toy in my arms. Just tiny little, taking a little schnoozle.
No, that's cute. That's adorable. This is not quite as adorable. This is much more like, Well, we'll see what happened. We'll go over that together. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
You can call me Puzzle Master.
Definitely not going to do that.
How about Big Daddy?
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are fighting a vehicle fire on Kirkman Road, southbound at Old Winter Garden Road. The right lane's blocked. Eastbound and westbound lanes are still blocked on Sand Lake Road at Orange Blossom Trail. Use John Young Parkway or Orange Avenue as an alternate route. No issues on the major roadways really affecting your ride this afternoon, but...
Hey, Skull Mike activated. Well, I want to just drop a little piece of info.
I remember when I was little, and
I don't know if you've seen as of late. I don't want to get too deep into this, but I don't know if you've seen as of late the footage in Gaza of Israel taking out like the high-rise buildings, and they say we think Hamas is operating in these buildings, so they tell everybody to evacuate, and the buildings are emptied out, and then they shoot missiles at them and they take down the buildings. Out of curiosity, today, if you can do this yourself, I would encourage you to do it. Look up Gaza Google Maps and do the Google Earth view, satellite view, and just look around. Just scroll around and see what everything looks like. It is pretty wild. Pretty wild.
From Solar Installers of Florida by calling 407-777-5050. That's 407-777-5050. Tell them C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you. They'll kick an additional $500 off that bill. And you can find them online at Solar Installers of Florida.
I heard Gaza Aid Flotilla organizers say boat carrying Greta Thunberg was hit by an Israeli drone. I don't know if that was confirmed or not. Sometimes... Sometimes, and this is really, really tough. Hang on. Sometimes, with everything happening in the world, there are two main areas where it's hard to find the truth. I've talked about this before. Israel and Palestine is number one, and India and Pakistan is number two. Everybody is lying. Everybody is lying. Everybody is obfuscating. Everybody is propagandizing. And the flotilla people, sometimes they'll even like have an accidental fire or even set something themselves to make it look like they've been attacked because they think that helps the broader movement. So it's very hard to tell what's what. I haven't seen enough details on that yet. Everything is dust, you're saying. That looks fake. It's wild, right? It's wild. Do it. Go to Google, put in Gaza Google Maps, and then just pop up and just look around. Just scroll around. Zoom in a little bit. Crazy.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Could you do me a huge favor and say hi to Water Mom and Water Dad? Well, hello. Hello, Water Mom and Water Dad. Check this. Water Mom and Water Dad. Your son makes the good stuff. Huh? It's strong. I mean, it's strong. This is the good stuff. He's a good kid. Good egg.
Get a new Outlander SUV. It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life.
You have yourself a great day, Water Boys. Secret shows tonight? Yes, indeed. Secret shows tonight. Probably a little later, around 8 o'clock. Why? Because all the prima donnas that are on secret shows constantly have these scheduling conflicts. And now Josh is going to Vegas. Sure, I'll have a great time. But we are going to be recording tonight, probably around 8 o'clock.
Two teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
3 minutes. I don't care what that other guy says, you're all right. Thank you. I've been fighting that other guy my whole life. It's brutal.
It's amazing. Looking for a new adventure? Then head to your local McDonald's for the new Epic Universe Mix, a mix of frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry and frozen Sprite Lime.
It's not all of the Gaza Strip, just certain parts are dust. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but there are very few areas when you scroll around that aren't untouched. And don't misinterpret what I'm saying here. I will stand by forever if I could hit a button and when I press that button, everybody in Hamas is obliterated. I would do it 3 times just to be sure. You know, every one of them. Gone. Gone. The Hamas is a terrorist organization. Anybody who supports them, who sweeps for them, who runs defense for them, including streamers on this platform, fuck those people. They're the bad guys. And the people who support the bad guys are the bad guys too. But at some point, two minutes. We're going to twist in a fun direction when we come back. A story about a family that is like insane to grasp, and it's a fun, positive story that we'll swerve away to in a second. War is hard to find the truth. True. True. They had pagers for that? They did. They did. The Israeli military is next level. But, you know, at some point it just looks like you're trying to create a bunch of rubble and then maybe just scoot the people on out of there to finally get rid of the problem. Which might be attractive, but is probably not a good recipe. If you're not with us, you're against us? Sure, cosign. Cosign. We're coming back. The town of Bedrock is nicer? True. All right, this story's fun. We'll get into this quickly. Then we'll do the next episode. We got to get into the Phillies Karen updates. We're loaded for bear. For bears. Here we go.
Let's do this Monday. ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend. All commercial-free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Yacht Rock, and make it a preset now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
Preparing you
For the impending robot uprising.
This is the News Junkie.
Here we are with you on a Share the Show Tuesday, and you can learn more about the world's most viral newsroom over on the website at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's see what happened to this woman. It's going viral just now. The Swedish health minister collapsed at a press conference.
Whoa, ironic.
And yeah, I mean, you think of all the times and places. Oof. And she's speaking with these other folks, and they're behind these, like, what do you call them? Podiums, I guess I would say. Like it's like a little plastic clear podium. And I guess this woman just kind of passes out here.
Det tänker jag vi har en särskild övning.
There she goes.
Hälso- och sjukvården.
Oh, God. That's a bad fall.
She went forward over the stage. The podium went with her.
Not a very good podium.
No.
That thing was not buckled in.
Not one bit. Top heavy, as a matter of fact.
I think she might have hit her head on the way down, too.
Det tänker jag vi har en särskild övning möjligen.
There she goes.
Hälso- och sjukvården.
Right?
God.
All right, this is up on See It Now. It's a visual. You might be listening on the radio, I imagine, or on the podcast. You can go to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, hit the See It Now section, and you'll see this.
Gosh. We have
She
seen
hit hard.
stuff like this in the past, and usually it's kind of like that wide-eyed, I am seeing a ghost, and then a stumble, and then a fall, which gives people the opportunity to kind of set up for the catch. That was a quick flip of a pass out.
She looks fine right here, doesn't she? She looks fine. She's just standing at the podium. Everything looks okay. And then
Det tänker jag vi har en
she starts folding in on herself.
Oh, God.
Ooh. And her legs just say, like, perfectly still.
The guy to her right, if you can go back one more time and see
his reaction.
He just
Det tänker jag vi har en
does
särskild övning möjligen.
boy band dance move.
Hälso- och sjukvården.
He looked like the Phillies dad at the baseball game. Just as scared as can be. Solves no problems. Damn. Poor lady. I guess she's okay.
Okay.
I guess so. I guess she's okay. It says
Just
Swedish
has to
health
wear a helmet
minister.
now.
We don't have an after picture?
No. Elizabeth Let me go to the actual story. Elizabeth Lon collapses at press conference. Newly appointed health minister. Maybe she was nervous or something. She passed out and collapsed today while being introduced at a government press conference. And she returned to the room a short time later. She said this was not exactly a normal Tuesday, and this is what can happen when you have a blood sugar drop.
Oh.
Damn. Just took her down to the ground there.
Drop.
Give her some cookies or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get that blood sugar going in the other direction as best you can.
Sure.
C-Lane has a young child. He has a boy who's 2 years old. And
almost, yeah.
A menace to South Central. And
a little bit.
Should probably be arrested. But for now...
They don't have cuffs that tiny and cute?
Oh, God. That would be both horrifying and adorable. But C-Lane's young boy is great. He's fantastic. He's a really cute kid. You must have planned, in some ways, the other version of your life, though. And I don't mean like the version where you didn't have any kids and you were still partying and, living your life.
I thought a lot about that.
I mean, if he wasn't a boy and you ended up with a daughter, you probably He's kind of planning.
I think my wife thought more about that than I did. I was hedging my bets.
There's a story today. This is so crazy to think about. This is a family in Texas, all right? And maybe we can learn something from the report on this maybe in a second. But this family in Texas, the headline says, Texas firefighter's family welcomes a daughter after a 108-year-long streak of boys.
Okay.
Wow.
Every kid born in the family for 108 years was a boy.
Man, like if you lived in a small town, that would be dangerous,
Probably, yeah. Yeah. 108 years. That's a lot of generations. That's a lot of young boys.
I mean, these were new people included in the line, the bloodline, those that they married.
Yep.
And still it's just all boys, huh?
108 years. 108 years. Let's see what they say.
100 years in the making. For generations, a Montgomery County firefighter's family tree has been filled exclusively with sons. But that century-long streak now comes to an end. ABC 13's Sarah Al-Sheikh.
You wonder if there's like a great-great-grandpa here who's like, son of a bitch. You ruined it. We had 108-year streak.
More
going.
like bitch of a son.
They completely treat her like the redheaded stepchild.
I kind of wonder if
or she ends up being a lesbian.
If this firefighter is like, oh, good, I broke the streak. I made a girl. Or oh man, I have brought shame upon my family.
Okay, come on.
No, look, in that family, it might be that way though. He's right. Like for 108 years, there's going to be some stodgy old men in that family tree that are like, how could you bring the shame upon our family when they dared to have a girl? The seemingly inevitable that they held off for 108 years.
Was there when the family found out about the historic news.
The last time the Sherman family says a girl was born into their family was 108 years ago.
Crazy.
That now changing after the family found out they had a daughter on the way.
What color is the cake?
This gender reveal, a historic moment in the Sherman family line.
I have been waiting on this little girl for, how old are you? 50-some years.
Damn.
I wanted you to be a girl,
right. Right. It's like a monumental thing. I have 3 boys. My dad had 2 boys. His brother had 2 boys. So it's been nothing but boys, boys, boys.
For 108 years, everything came up, boys, 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 boys. And then finally, this little girl has been born. It could either be the recipe for them to get so much attention because there's something different and new about them, or it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to play football. We're going to do just anything that you could do that would try to isolate this other person. The family is not taking it a bad way, by the way. They seem fine. They seem nice.
On Sunday, surrounded by family from all generations, Montgomery County firefighter Michael Sherman and his wife, Jakia Sherman, found out they're expecting a baby girl.
I just feel honored that,
I'm surprised they even bought the pink smoke.
Yeah, I wonder, the news must have known it was going to be a girl, right? Because they're at the gender reveal. They must have told them ahead of time. Or I don't know. Maybe there would have been news either way. It would have been like, still boys after 108 years. Family can't have any daughters. That's what happened to this Texas firefighter's family after 108 years. Finally, a girl is born into the family tree. Let's see. Let's work in one or two dispatches real quick, and then we're going to figure out what's going on in the world of the next episode. Here's my therapist with a dispatch. Hello.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Vegetarian and podcast listener.
Well, thank you.
We have to save Beyond Meat, Impossible Meat, all the fake meats.
Why?
And I'll tell you why.
Oh, good.
I'm sure that there are other people like me. So I've been a vegetarian on and off for like 20 years.
Damn.
I like meat, mostly. I like a really good steak. I like fried chicken. I like meat. Okay. I am just morally opposed to how we get it, especially our agricultural system in America.
Fair.
So I like the imitation meat, Beyond and Impossible specifically. So I will be very sad if we lose them. That being said, if we can spearhead lab-grown meat.
Whoa. Slow down. We don't say that phrase on this show.
This is Florida.
Shut it down. We don't
No
mention
vaccines, no lab meat.
lab-grown meat.
They
We do
want to
not
have the
mention-
Martian meat and feed it to the Mars people.
What? We don't mention that around here. It was interesting seeing the breakdown of people and vegetarians and vegans. It's a small enough group to begin with, which is problems for companies that make stuff that might be targeting them like this.
I think vegans probably are more are smaller than vegetarian. I think vegetarian is a little more widespread, and I think people
And pescatarians.
seek out like a vegetarian thing every once in a while, even if they're not full on no meat.
Yeah, people will eat these things, Impossible Meat, Beyond Meat, if they're not vegetarians. I think a lot of those people have already done it. Well, that's the thing. It's not really better for you, I don't think.
Some of them are not.
Yeah, health-wise, sometimes they have to load it up with bad stuff to make it seem like meat. But there was a lot of people yesterday who responded and were like, yeah, I don't want my food to be fake meat.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want it to like look like a steak or bleed like a steak or you know, that.
Friend of the show said, as a vegetarian, I'm not looking for my food to taste like actual meat. I'll eat it if it's an option out, but I never buy it for the house.
Yeah, so when you have that as your audience, some people who feel that way, some people who might be interested in it, it's just not been great for these businesses. And we're seeing the fallout from that with their stocks in the gutter. All right, when we come back the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
Thank you for asking. What's coming up on the next episode? Charlie Sheen is making headlines for new revelations in the book of Sheen, including a chapter of Peen. The Sphere be like, we're off to see the wizard, the lucrative Wizard of Oz. Plus, hi-ho, Silver, that's a lot of money for a hat. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight.
Hello. Hang tight.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially throughout this afternoon and evening. Heavy rain will be likely along with frequent lightning and gusty winds. We'll also be seeing temperatures a little cooler as a result.
Hey, quick thank you to everybody who watched the Phillies Karen video. Doing pretty well on YouTube. 25,000 views over there and rolling. Let me see. Facebook is probably better than that. Hang tight. I think it's popping off on Facebook a bit. 103,000 views on Facebook, 25,000 on YouTube. I want to thank you if you watched the video all the way through and commented on it. Just to be absolutely clear with you, that is the best method that I have of bulletproofing myself and the show, growing out these other avenues, and I've finally invested in myself and invested a lot of my time in learning the craft of editing these types of videos, working through story selection, and trying to put together these short-form viral news videos that I think will take the show up to the next level. And so far, that has been a pretty solid success. Over the years, I've had a lot of videos go mega viral, but I haven't had consistency in product, and I haven't had a solid vision of what I wanted to make for the internet video world. Now I have that. I make them right there at that desk. I have another one coming out tomorrow. I got another one possibly on Friday. When those videos get lifted, that's what makes my day right now. So thank you to everybody who watched. Appreciate you. Ryan says, I dig the animations. Thank you, Ryan. You know, I wanted to look at other people whose videos I liked. What do you do to make things visually more interesting? How can I make every, 10-second block of the video count in some way? And I would grade myself in that world at like a D, maybe a D+ right now. But like everything else that I do, I will embrace it. I will learn, I will learn, I will learn, I will learn, and I will brute force my way into the world of YouTube. And what I want now, on that shelf right there, I want that 100,000 subscribers plaque for YouTube. Personal goal. Breaking news! Breaking news, everybody! Breaking news incoming. We're coming back. Didn't expect an update on this today, but here we are. Hang tight. Watch me put my headphones on again. Here we go.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little asky. This is the news.
Things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And a couple of things for you very, very, very quickly here that I wanted to drop on you. The roast of Sean Wasson. That's me, unfortunately. Tickets will be dropping, we hear, this week. All right? October 30th is when this event is. We got some announcements coming up on everybody that's going to be taking part. It's going to be a really, really fun, very, very, very exclusive event for about 130 or so, 140 of you, I think, tops, at an amazing venue called Judson's Live at the Dr. Phillips Center. And if you've never been, I mean, you guys just went through and toured at Sealand and Sabrina not too long ago. It really is a beautiful place. I mean,
so much
it's
history.
Gorgeous. It's it doesn't have
really
much
going to
history.
turn it upside down.
It's not old enough to have a lot of history, but
but the person who put it all together has, I believe since passed. Correct me if I'm wrong, Christopher.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm.
And their handprints are in there. Their piano's in there.
It's beautiful. I
absolutely love it. And we are going to bring something that Judson's Live has never had before, which I'm very excited for.
It's going to be a great event. Tickets drop this week, so make sure you're paying attention. And the other thing I wanted to work in, just breaking moments ago from CNN, Cracker Barrel has announced they are suspending all the restaurant renovations as well.
Oh, what?
They are.
I
The
thought
Cracker
that
Barrel
already broke.
They took the L on the logo and switched it back, and now Cracker Barrel is saying we are stopping with the restaurant renovations. Their audience bitch slapped them. That's what happened to bang, pop, psh, hit by the audience, and they said you have made some bad decisions, and now the restaurant renovations for Cracker Barrel are stopped as well. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
If you ever want to see your panties again, you need to immediately send me money in nudes.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey,
smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That is where you start the process. Process of what? I don't know, working with a pretty freaking cool guy named Don, who is an expert in his field. That field being refinancing, buying your first dream home, mortgages, reverse mortgages, HELOCs, and everything in between. Even all you business people and the business stuff that you have to do. Like, I don't know, expanding it or starting your very own. Just know that you're working with someone who has your back, and that's That Mortgage Guy Don. Start the process today by going to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was a mere 69 years ago. 1956. This guy right here.
Elvis Presley.
That is right. Thank you very much. And he made the first of 3 appearances on the Ed Sullivan Show. He sang Love Me Tender, Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, and Ready Teddy. But it wasn't Teddy that was not ready. It was apparently all of the very vulnerable people watching him gyrate. He was shot from the waist up so that his gyrating hips and, I quote, tingling genitalia didn't offend the television audience. 82.6. Other people would read it as 82.6% of the nation tuned in. And it was on this day that the New York Times reported, when Elvis executes his bumps and his grinds, it should be remembered by CBS that even a 12-year-old's curiosity might be overstimulated.
That's what that kid should have done when he rang the doorbell at the beginning of the show. Just, Elvis present.
Ready, Teddy. It also should be remembered that 23 years ago, 2002, a 72-year-old at the time, Buzz Aldrin, punched a guy right in the face.
Okay,
Why?
Yeah.
Because he was a conspiracy theorist, accused Buzz right in person, saying that he lied about Apollo 11. And Buzz responded by punching him in the face. C-Lane, custom song.
What a moon was fake and never went south. Was just grin teeth and all. Then cocked his fist and didn't stall too.
What?
Hey, Buzz Aldrin punched a man in the face. Woo! Hey, 95 and still low in space.
Yeah, wait.
Hey, call the moon fake, big mistake. Yeah. One small swing for truth, so say. Mark the moon and you'll regret. That's a punch right to your head.
I didn't realize how long it was inside. Wow.
Oh, little solo.
Lesson learned.
I did tell it Arena Rock, so you got close on the Pearl Jam thing.
It's catchy.
Hey, he sent that liar back into place.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, call the moon fake, big mistake.
We're still going? Okay, all right.
Hey.
Buzz will punch you in the face.
And a fade out. And a fade out.
All right. So there's that.
Hey!
Boob tube?
Should have popped back in one more time.
Hey!
One more verse! Yeah!
So here are the rules. Don't go to Buzz Aldrin and say the moon landing was fake. You get punched in the face. And don't live next to Breaking Bad star Raymond Cruz and start problems because he'll spray you in the face with a hose.
I saw this, yeah.
Tough break.
What was his character's name on Breaking Bad?
Salamanca.
He was the one that was just like... and knifed it, and he had the gold teeth, and he was very scary.
He was a badass,
He's a good one. Yeah, cops hauled him away in suspicion of misdemeanor battery. Someone called the police claiming Cruz assaulted their daughter, blasted her with a garden hose. Blasted her right in the face with a hose. He was washing his car, asked the girl to move out of the way. When she didn't, she got sprayed in the face. Feeling? Thank you. Now he has been released, but at the time of this writing, he was behind bars. He has been released to his own recognizance, due back in court October 1st.
It said like it was suspicion that he did it on purpose, but I was like,
Okay, but also you get arrested for spraying someone?
With a hose? Yeah. I could have gotten arrested in high
Was
school.
it on his property?
That's battery, right? You blast somebody like that person who blasted the hobo with the hose on the sidewalk?
It wasn't a hobo. It was kids in wheelchairs.
No,
there's a different one.
Oh, sorry.
You're talking about sprinklers versus the one where there was this hobo on the sidewalk and the business owner had the spray hose just blasting the
So if you glitter bomb someone, is that assault or battery?
Might technically be.
Hit me with a hay. Turns out there's no place like Dome, and I'm talking about the Sphere, baby. They're off to see some monies. According to reports, the biggest blockbuster of the summer came out in, 86 years ago?
Jesus.
Some people kind of to the thought of paying $12 to catch a film that's been streaming forever and available.
$12?
That's what they're saying.
Actually pretty good.
That's a great deal.
To get into the Sphere?
Yeah.
They're reportedly
$12 doesn't even cover that fake tornado that they blow all over you.
Right.
Oh, okay. $12. I'm talking about to catch a movie at all.
Oh,
it's $12 now. No, it will cost you around $200.
$200?
Okay, well, I'm so bad.
People are paying for it, though, right?
It's supposed to be very cool. I mean, obviously, it got AI enhanced big time. Give me a hey.
Hey.
And now it's looking like they are going to make as much as $1 billion because of all of the people wanting to go see this cool AI stuff.
All right.
160,000
square foot screen.
I mean, who hasn't seen The Wizard of Oz for free like so many times? And to think that you're going to pay $200
Yeah,
to
but it's
watch
an
it.
experience. You're in the dome now,
Yeah.
man.
Let's see. We could go today. And if we wanted some good tickets up front, we want like a good seat.
Do you want to be up front in the Sphere?
I want to be back.
No? Okay, let's go back then. We can go back.
Back it up. Back it up.
Or let's go to these like second part front row. $204 to see The Wizard of Oz with some stuff blowing around you.
Nah, dog.
It's full 4D, and they are also looking to cut some more awesome films. C-Lane, you might not want to go into Wizard of Oz.
I think we've done that. I think we burned it out.
How would you like to see Star Wars at the Sphere?
Yeah, that would be cool.
AI enhanced. Also, Harry Potter in the talks as well.
I feel like the Star Wars thing, Star Wars has been changed so many times since it was first released that, like, why not throw a little AI enhancement and sphere it up?
I want to see the Star Wars that they had in Latin America where they were, like, kind of including the product placement.
Yeah.
Where it's like Obi-Wan would love a Pepsi Cola right now in order to fight.
What would they be able to do that would make it like The Wizard of Oz with like the wind and stuff blowing around? Would they be able to do some things like that to make it 4D?
Oh my God, when you're
maybe
in
some pyro
fighter jets, you feel I guess you can't in space.
Maybe like some lasers blasting past him or something.
Smell Chewie's breath when he's barking at you.
Ooh, that's probably bad.
One more, hey. On the boob tube.
It did not have the impact that it was supposed to.
No.
That took way too long, dude.
Mm-hmm. You're off to see what on the boob tube? America's Got Talent on NBC, The 1% Club on Fox, Episode 6 of Alien Earth, the premiere of Seen and Heard, The History of Black Television on HBO, and you can catch everyone like Eugene Levy and the Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor on Stephen Colbert.
That sounds bad.
Sonia Soto.
Not
Call your-
sodomizer, just for the record. No, it's
I
not
was
that.
like, wait a second. What are you hearing that's bad? Oh, that.
Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber, and most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day. Thank you, Sabrina. It's so jarring.
I know.
It's like it goes
Zero
from 0 to
fading.
like just
welcome,
completely
Buzz.
stabbing everybody's ears.
I like it. Thank you, C-Lane, for your help.
You're welcome. No, thank you to Sealand. All right.
Hey, his birthday's coming up.
No, son of a bitch. All right. Oh, his birthday is coming up pretty soon. Yeah, that's true. All right. When we come back, we've got a lot more to get into on the show. I'll have to hurry up and forget that. We have to see what you got going on with your dispatches and emails. I didn't think this would or could or should happen, but believe it or not, there is a pretty shocking twist and update in the Coldplay Kiss Cam cheating scandal. I thought that one was rip. We weren't talking about that anymore. But I was surprised when I saw this twist in the story. We'll talk about what happened. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Week 2 of the NFL season has the Tampa Bay Bucks in Houston to play the Texans on Monday Night Football. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. Monday on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's getting by on Sand Lake Road at Orange Blossom Trail, although keep an eye out for police activity still on the roadways in that area. There's a disabled truck off to the shoulder on I-95 southbound, just past that Taylor Road exit there. No issues on I-4, Florida's Turnpike or the Beach Line. Traffic smooth sailing as of right now.
Hello? How are you?
67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com.
By the way, I've seen some of the polls in the last couple of weeks with support for capitalism falling in the United States of America. These young kids. It's all the Democrats, I hate to say it, but if you look at the breakdown of the tabs, it's like, do you support socialism? People who identify as Republicans and independents pretty much saying no, and then a lot of Democrats saying yes, that they do. This is only going to help those numbers more. Because for the second year in a row, in Venezuela, they have declared an early Christmas. The kids are going to love this. It's not great for people who like capitalism and don't want to be in a breadline. It's not fantastic for the anti-Oliver Twisters out there. But in Venezuela, for the second year in a row, they have determined that Christmas will come early because Christmas makes everybody happy even when a hot dog costs $85. Mega chat losing all your comments. I need people to be asked to define socialism before they can say if it's great or not. True. True. As is the case so often, here's what most people want. If I sit down with most rational actors, most regular people, and say, do you want socialism? Many of them will say yes. I think what most of them mean is an economic system of capitalism and free markets that we have in the United States of America with a robust safety net for the poorest among us so that people aren't left behind and squished by the rich people and the oligarchy. That's what I think people really are looking for. But you blink and you nod off for a second and you wake up and it goes in another direction. Their Christmas is so hot, though, they just want a frosty Christmas? Maybe. Yeah, that sounds good. I think most people just want, like, they want their tax dollars to go to help other people out. They want everybody to be able to get health care when they're sick. They don't want little kids starving, you know. They want, like, simple things like that. And they often view this as a zero-sum game where you go, oh, everybody's calling that socialism? Okay, then we want more of that stuff. They want other people's money? I mean, sure, some people do, but what's the percentage of people who are like, I'm a failed loser, I've made nothing in capitalism, so I'm going to try to force some sort of UBI down? Like, you really, that's a long haul scam. The problem is everybody plays the all or nothing sides. True. Yeah, you know, here's the rub. All right? The rub for me is this. In a capitalist economy, a free market economy like America has, if you want to start your own group, let's say you want to call it a co-op, and you want to operate with absolutely socialist principles, you can do that under the open market system, free market system of capitalism. Under capitalism, your own socialism with your own company can exist. You could do it already. And you could have a fully employee-owned company. You could do all of these things. The problem I have is under actual socialist economies, the market is not free, and you cannot have your own free market capitalist company if you'd like. That's why I choose my victor in the free market.
And more. It all starts at 3 p.m. at Elizabeth Evans Park in beautiful Mount Dora.
2 minutes.
Where the ultimate barbecue meets bacon, beer, and
It's like people arguing over if chicken or beef is better, but both sides' argument is the bones. What? I guess so. Winco is an employee-owned grocery store. So is Publix, my guy. 90 seconds and we're coming back. Whistling Mungo Jerry, question mark? Yes. All these years later, I still have the earworm. In the summertime, it's just deeply rooted. I'm a flea market capitalist. True. They're shutting down the flea market in South Florida. It's unbelievable. I remember being a kid, going to the flea market. That was a good time. But no mo. They're tired of the bootleg DVD sales, I guess. Watch me put on my headphones again.
And over-the-counter meds for good. And find a solution that actually works at Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
Hanging out with you, and we want to help you get through your day. It's literally what we're paid to do around here. Learn more about the show on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. I thought the Coldplay Kiss scam thing was completely toast, but there was a twist-a-rooney in that today. There was a new update, and I said, oh, my God, I absolutely did not see that coming. But obviously, you know this moment. It was the Coldplay concert, and they put the couple on the Jumbotron, a.k.a. the Megatron. And when the couple was blasted up on the Jumbotron, they very quickly, rolled away. The guy, hid away. And, somebody caught cheating on the big screen. And then we knew so much about these people within 5 seconds. The guy lost his job as CEO of a company called Astronomer. And his chief
estranged wife penned an open letter.
Yeah, she went after him, obviously, because, come on. She said she was getting divorced, so they were headed down that direction. But we're learning now that the guy, the CEO dude, the woman he was making out with, the chief people officer, which is such a lame title, the chief people officer is Kristen Cabot. And they were the ones swaying and kind of making out with each other and cuddling and stuff on this Kiss cam at the Coldplay concert. I guess she technically wasn't in the wrong. She was separated from her husband at the time.
Right.
They were on their way to divorce, and she was technically single.
Why did this take so long to find out? You'd think that would be something she would want out there rather quickly.
Day one, I was single! Just from the rooftop.
We were on a break!
Just excuse yourself. Because that makes her way less bad. If she, unless she knew that he wasn't single.
She must have known. It always goes to that, too.
She had to have known if she ran away so fast.
No, he ducked and rolled. She tried to just cover her face while the friend, who also has yet to be named, was like, okay, you guys got caught. I also remember Chris Martin was like, they must be having an affair.
Right. Yeah. Then he tried to recreate that moment 4 billion times afterwards.
Nah, dog.
Is it still bad for the person who's in the cheating couple but not the cheater themselves? They're not actively partnered with somebody?
I'm going to say no.
On. Yeah, but it's that, it's not nice, certainly, but it's also her business in the sense of it shouldn't be on her to tell the guy who's coming on to her, what about your wife? Think about the outcomes of it. He's a grown-ass man, and he made his own decisions.
I understand why C-Lane is fully supporting this now.
I don't actually fully support it, but
perhaps he's occupied that role at some point in time. He's saying that person is fine. They're good to go.
They're less bad.
I think they're less bad, too.
Yeah, no, it is less bad, but it's still bad. If you know that the person that you're fooling around with has a partner and you might not be doing the bad thing, but you're still participating.
It's against girl code.
It's a little bit bad. I think it's still bad. I think it's still bad. We'll see what everybody thinks. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. That update coming out all this time after that story went absolutely stratospherically viral.
That was the update. She was separated from her husband?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is the divorce finalized after all this time?
Yeah, I hope so now. Because now we could fast track this sucker.
Really just seems like you would want that out there so much quicker. What does it take to just tweet out
she probably tried to get it out there, but everyone was just very obsessed with the CEO.
Yeah. True. Maybe, though, people were looking for statements. They were looking for anything in that story. And if she would have come out and said, here's my official Twitter account, I just wanted to say, I technically am separated right now. People might have been easier on her, I think. Maybe. B emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Who sings that song, Punch You in the Face, that you guys were playing?
That's an original-ish. Thank you.
Yeah. It's still there.
Can you just do the chorus, though? Because it's great. And I think, it's a great hey, but Buzz Aldrin
I think I'm fine.
punched a guy in the face.
Yeah.
You would play it all the time if you came up with the idea.
AI came up with the idea, didn't it?
I sent the lyrics. Thank you.
Oh.
Did you write the lyrics?
AI came up with those lyrics.
Oh.
But I gave the prompt.
It does have like a Metallica sound to that voice.
I like it.
They're getting better.
It's got a sing-along type chorus. It's still the actual music. You still get lost in the layers a little bit, and it becomes a little bit hard to hear, but it's so much better than the first iteration.
We need like AI Phil Spector.
Yeah.
Without the murdering.
Yeah, wall of sound. Maybe with the murdering. I don't know. Ned emails the show. Ned says, Sean, love the show. Let C-Lane know, if he doesn't already, that chili cheese burritos are back for a limited time
at Taco Bell.
Yes, Ned says, I just bought 25 of them to freeze because C-Lane did this on the show.
Okay.
C-Lane did it because our bit got canceled very quickly.
We bought 104 of them for
It's so funny what gets remembered about that was because it was because Sean loves the chili cheese burrito at Taco Bell. And he bought 104 of them for me to hand out. And then when the bit got canceled, I had to take them all home.
Yeah.
So that's
how I was
single
at the time and
living with roommates and coming home after a gig and popping one of those frozen burritos in the microwave for 30 to 45 seconds. That was a good time.
He said, I just bought 25 chili cheese burritos to freeze, and I'm going to get more every day that they're around, says Ned. So Ned is stockpiling.
I was just having a discussion in the kitchen with one of our coworkers who is from Mexico, and she's like, I know it's probably not like very PC of me to say this, but I really like Taco Bell.
In that environment, she wanted to like whisper, like
she's like, yeah, I really like the Taco Bell.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Teach their own. Enjoy yourself. Just try to enjoy yourself in life. Let's work in one more dispatch. Somebody talking about animal control. Here's Diver Steve. Now, this is in reference to a story we discussed earlier where this poor 70-year-old woman was attacked by a dog that was off its leash. Her dog was Spike or something. Spike, I think, was Sparky. Sparky was attacked.
Sparky.
She got so frustrated she bit the dog herself, and the dog eventually let go. And then the person who had their dog not on a leash that was attacking this woman and her pet comes up, pops the leash on the dog, and just walks away. Doesn't say anything. Diver Steve chimes in. Here we go.
Good morning, News Junkies. I work animal control in Florida, and in Florida, there are laws already on the books that you are responsible for the damage that your dog causes, period.
Financially.
Yeah.
There sometimes can be differences in if both parties are negligent, but basically you're responsible for the damage that your dog causes. The tough part is catching people. A lot of times, like in this case, it sounds like he just ran away, and if nobody knows who he is, where he lives, then litigation can be tough. There are also most...
So that is nonsense. That is absolute nonsense. It is 2025. You pop a picture of somebody online, I know what they had for breakfast 15 minutes later. All right? Save for the Phillies Karen lady who somehow has avoided the internet.
All right. What did I have
Almost
for breakfast?
Everybody. Let me see. Take a look at the camera.
What'd Celine have for breakfast, huh?
McDonald's.
No.
Ba-da-ba-ba-boo.
He had McDonald's recently, though, I could tell.
Wow.
A little bit of a breakfast burrito in there still. So still a little bit in there, I could see.
It was a breakfast burrito, but it wasn't from McDonald's. So
I knew it. I knew it. It was a bigger breakfast burrito. It was from the gas station, wasn't it?
He made it himself.
It's from a gas station.
Yeah. C-Lane gets the food at the gas station far more often than I ever will.
I've been doing Wawa lately.
Wawa's good breakfast.
Wawa's fantastic. I got a Hoagie Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I'm not hating on them.
I do the breakfast burritos there because they're quick.
And easy.
I like to get in and out.
Yeah, I get it. All right, I get it.
They don't have any animals here.
Anyhow, back to Diver Steve. Let's let him at least finish his point.
These have got leash laws. So if you don't have your dog on a 6-foot leash that's controlled by somebody who is old enough and strong enough to control them, then you're also liable for whatever your animal had does.
To an extent, you're right, Diver Steve. But not what I want. I want, if your dog is loose and you are not in control of your dog, I want the damage done by your dog for you to be held responsible as if you did it yourself. That's what I want. That's what I think is
criminally.
Right. That's what I think. Yes, criminally responsible.
I think what Diver Steve is referring to is that you are financially responsible for damage that your pet causes. And if you have to be made to pay for some sort of vet bill, or if your pet damages property, you might have to pay for that. But I think like if that dog had mauled that lady. Yeah. Worse than it did. It bit her. She was definitely injured by the dog. I think you would have to pay for her medical bills, and the dog might be killed by animal control. But criminally, there's no responsible party.
Yeah, this from ChatGPT, it says a dog owner is liable for damages if their dog bites somebody who's in a public place or lawfully on the owner's property, but liable for damages. I don't want that.
Okay, but if you have to send your dog to the emergency vet and they have to have surgery or some sort of like short-term care, that's your property being damaged. How are they not liable? So.
Oh, I don't want to get rid of that part. I just want to add that
charges.
Oh, yes, and they also go to jail. I want to add that so you can't just be like, oh, no. And then the worst you're on the hook for is somebody trying to pull you through the court system to get you to pay the vet bill. No, I want you to fear being sent away to jail for like 30, 60, whatever amount of days and upending your life. Because if people worry about that, I think that is one of those things that sorts itself out. I think that then people will be more restrictive over what their pet is doing because they'll be worried about the outcomes for them.
I wonder, and I'm hesitant to even bring this up because I think that the owner of the pit bull in this case that just walked away acted very terribly. But I wonder if, like, you talk to that guy's lawyer, if the lawyer would be like, you did the right thing. You got out of there. You didn't say you're sorry. You didn't admit any sort of guilt. You didn't, like from an insurance, from a law, from a
bad guy perspective.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah,
make that person the antagonist of this story and see how it shifts.
You mean like Moses behind closed doors, no mics around?
Yes.
Because on the show, Moses would probably go, what you need to do is make sure, he's going to give you the real, the
but like,
truth
okay,
of it all.
in the same way that Moses would say, you're at a traffic stop and this number of things has happened, that you need to stop talking immediately, or you've been questioned by the police, you got to stop talking and call a lawyer. Like maybe the owner of that dog didn't say anything and pieced out of there,
zipped on
because
out.
That's what is probably a better legal move for him.
I wouldn't be surprised. When we come back,
I still think he's a jerk.
The president of the United States of America has set his sights on Tom Hanks.
What?
He is going hard.
Wow. Full circle.
Hard on Tom Hanks right now. What's going on? What's
Don't like
this all
Forrest
about?
Gump.
It might be Forrest Gump.
Not all there.
Big, more like small.
If he calls Forrest Gump the R word, I don't know. I don't know where any of this can go, but Tom Hanks, that's right. The president of the United States is coming after him. What is this showdown all about? We'll get into it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
I'm really lucky that I have a comfortable relationship with my wife. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, let's get the wigs and shiny outfits out, and I feel totally comfortable wearing them.
well, good. All right.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Emergency crews are on the roadways of Colonial Drive eastbound at I-4, clearing up an accident. Move over and slow down. The right lane's partially blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound, just past that orange.
Hey!
Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the traffic center of James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's, #1 selling bacon cheeseburgers in fast food. Wendy's JVC.
The White House versus Tom Hanks.
For just $8 total.
A showdown.
Today, limited time only. Price and participation.
Wild times ahead. Wild times ahead.
Independent marketing research company.
When the next hurricane hits, the power could go down for a couple days. It's done it in the past, and you just cross your fingers and hope.
We'll get to what the details are on that.
To you first, and it gets around to you next before the next person.
Or the revised down job numbers. We talked about those the other day.
You're wasting.
We discussed that.
Doing that, but with a solar system and battery backup from solar to Florida, the lights.
One thing I saw on that front, Big Doug Millionaire, was when they closed that de minimis exception, which was basically saying like all of these things that are sent from around the world, from China mostly, that are sent into the United States, if there was only one of them or so many of them, the de minimis exception made it so you didn't have to pay taxes. But after that, 80%, there was an 80% drop in postal deliveries in the U.S. 80% drop, Courtney. An 80% drop in my income.
We can't have that.
We have that.
No, that's not happening.
I just got an email. It said, "You're fired, loser."
You'll find another way.
It's like this. You're fired.
Fat. I'm going to Total Wine in public.
Okay. Huh?
Chicken rice.
Yes, please. Oh, jalapenos, if you don't mind.
How about it?
Yeah.
Pretzels?
Yeah. If you don't mind. Yeah. How is it out there?
It's really cool. It was nice.
Oh, is it really? Oh, wow.
I could probably go like 3 more miles.
Oh, good for you. I tell you, I told you the other day when I was just like walking at a fast pace, and when I came back, I like wanted to quit at some point, which doesn't happen to me. That day was pretty hot. Yesterday was like nothing. Like I don't know if it was that much cooler, but it just felt so much cooler. They said we're gonna get our first cold front.
I saw that. Cool.
80% drop in my pants.
Ew.
Why is that? Ew.
What are you dropping in your pants?
No, of my pants, not in my pants. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Forget it.
You've already got hurt in the accident. Don't get hurt again.
3 minutes, we're back live.
Visit justcallmo.com or give me a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, office.
Keep your pants on. We don't want a yucker situation. What is a yucker situation? That went sideways? Well, hey, Ross, it always goes sideways to a certain extent.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at
Video check.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to.
And I can tell you, in the comments, 110,000 views on the Phillies Karen Goes Nuclear video on Facebook. In the comments, there legitimately are a decent amount of people coming out now in support of this woman. They're like, it was her ball. He took it from her. How could he do this? He's responsible. That video is doing well. Slowed down a little bit on YouTube, but still doing great. 26,000 views. Look, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a huge jump. Before I started this new format of video, I pop out a video from the show or something, and you get 400, 500, 700 views. It's just the algorithm doesn't want that stuff. That's a stream. You know, I've got to do my own stuff. And I thank you for supporting me, some of you. Has the Karen apologized? No. But we'll talk about some of the mistakes that have been made in a moment about that. Courtney would be out if Sean got fired. Chat. Quick timeout. Quick timeout. Yes or no? Would Courtney leave if I got fired? Yes or no in the chat. Would Courtney leave if I got fired? Yes or no? No? No way? No, and I'm confident in my answer? Couple of yeses? Couple of yeses eking in over on Twitch? She would go to work and let you be the stay-at-home husband? AJ Soup says absolutely not. I don't think she would. All right, we're coming back right now. Don't get fired, problem solved. You know, you're always trying, aren't you? I'd like to see Sean the trad husband. Oh, yeah, with all my skills. Yeah.
Caps, bits you won't hear anywhere else, and all the emotional support you need as a college football fan.
Join us all season long as we ride the roller coaster of this ridiculous sport.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast, and listen now.
We don't just love college football, Ty. We live
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
We'd tell you to check out the app chat room, but those people are weird and mostly naked.
People, Tom Hanks, now in the sights of the White House. We'll talk about what's going on there in just a moment here on the show. We'll also get to your dispatches here momentarily. Email the show, tips, TIPS@thenewsjunkie.com. Remember, friends, if you want to email the show and you want to be anonymous, I don't even care what you have to say, but if you want to be anonymous, put that right up on top. And if you put that on top of the email, then I'll keep your information private. It's between you and me. Now let's talk about Trump going after. I was very surprised by this, going after Tom Hanks, who
don't like him. Saw him in Philadelphia, too much AIDS.
There was a lot of AIDS in that movie.
More like Tom Stanks, if you ask me.
Let me bring up the post, the actual post from Trump that started this. This is from yesterday morning. And I was so surprised that Trump was going after Tom Hanks because if I'm real with you, I don't personally think that Tom Hanks is a very political guy.
He seems unhateable.
Yeah, he did, kick off COVID. No one believed it until he got it.
Yeah, but I would also say, like, when he was at the front of this COVID stuff, it was like, oh, no, not Tom Hanks. And it was like everybody coming together and going like, oh, man. He was like a lovable guy. But here's the post. Here's what started this whole thing. It says, from @RealDonaldTrump on Truth, which is it's so hilarious to me that there are other people on Truth Social because the only person who ever gets any attention is Trump, obviously. Our great West Point, getting greater all the time, has smartly canceled the awards ceremony for actor Tom Hanks. Now, I didn't know that West Point was having some sort of ceremony for Tom Hanks, but I guess that was the case. Important move, Trump says. We don't need destructive, woke recipients getting our cherished American awards. Now,
is Tom Hanks woke?
Yeah, that's where I would kind of like disagree here. There's a lot of actors who you might throw into the category of woke or maybe have like really annoying politics that are crazy out of touch with the American public. Tom Hanks is not one of them. I don't remember a single time where he was speaking and I was like, wow, he's getting really political right now.
No, Tom Hanks, just Tom Hanks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just been doing his thing.
Does he have an annoying son? Yes.
He makes a lot of war movies. I make the best war.
Maybe.
And he has two sons. One of them is a good actor and
Colin.
A great director, it seems, as of late.
Yeah.
The other one has gotten in Chet more trouble with politics or social justice than Tom ever has.
Yes. But I wouldn't even say that he would be in the category of woke. I wouldn't even think that. No, I don't understand where the hate would be here. We don't need destructive woke recipients getting our cherished American awards. Hopefully the Academy Awards and other fake award shows will review their standards and practices in the name of fairness and justice.
Good luck, buddy.
Watch their dead ratings surge, he says. I don't honestly know what that means. I don't.
Is there not? And I'll try to find it before, but I could have sworn I saw that it was Tom's team that said he didn't want to be a part of it first.
Oh, at West Point? Let's see. Tom Hanks, West Point. I was not even aware that he was really up for any kind of award. Okay, NBC News, if you can believe them. NBC News says President Donald Trump is publicly cheering the reported cancellation of a ceremony at U.S. military West Point honoring Tom Hanks. Hanks was to receive the 2025 Sylvanus Thayer Award from West Point.
Pretty sure it's Sylvanus.
Sylvanus Thayer Award, the alumni group said in a statement in June. The award was to have recognized Hanks' work throughout his film career that supported veterans, the military, and America's space program.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like pretty inarguably the case, right? I don't think Tom Hanks has ever been in a movie where it made like Americans look bad. Or
New York Times is referencing when he portrayed the Trump supporter on SNL.
All right. That's it?
I guess so.
That's a pretty small thing.
The Sylvanus Thayer Award is the United States Military Academy's highest honor, awarded annually to a U.S. citizen whose service and accomplishments exemplify West Point's values of duty, honor, and country. It was established in 1958, named after Colonel Sylvanus Thayer, superintendent of the academy from 1817 to 1833. Well, wow.
Oh, they're trying to pile on the SNL thing. Hanks has been critical of Trump in the past, describing his vulgar comments in the Access Hollywood interview with Billy Bush as offensive. I mean, that's not that radical of a take. It was grab her by the pee. Like most people said that at the time. People who defended the Access Hollywood tape said it was locker room talk, like admitting it was vulgar, but this is like how guys talk to each other. Here's the sin. He also endorsed Hillary Clinton in 2016.
Oh, crooked.
Yeah, in 2016, in an interview with the BBC, Hanks called Trump a self-involved gas bag and said it would be a dark day if he was elected. So that must be what he's so mad about. But I mean, he was in Saving Private Ryan. If they were going to give him an award,
what does that have anything to do with Trump?
Hold on. If they were going to give Tom Hanks an award from West Point for, let's just make it simple, making America look good through movies, I think Tom Hanks has done that. I feel like he's actually done that. Like, I think he's done a good job of being that person over the years.
But since he has talked ill of Trump, then he is woke and must go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think this is woke.
America.
I think there's a lot of woke Hollywood people out there, but he is not one of them in my estimation.
He's not particularly outspoken. I hadn't even heard of that gas bag comment until today.
Yeah,
and I kind of forgot that he played a Trump supporter on SNL. But that's you're playing a funny part.
If you can't take that, you're being way too sensitive about things.
Well, careful. You want us to get canceled by Trump?
I would like him to truth about me. That would be exciting if he would just post a truth, even if he didn't like me. If he did like, I don't care, honestly. That would be good. Oh, I want to, in jury duty, by the way, catch up with that assassin trial where the guy's representing himself in court. The guy who tried to snipe Trump from the golf course.
I wish it was on TV so bad.
I want to know more about this weirdo and what the hell's going on in that case. We'll have to try to get as close as we can to it. So we'll check in on that in a moment. Concrete Mike is talking about the dog attack. Here he is.
Happy day, news junkie crew.
Hey.
We're talking about dog attacks and who's responsible. I said we go back to the old eye for an eye. The dog attacks your dog, injures your dog. We get a bigger, badder dog to attack that dog. The dog bites a person. We get a bigger, badder dog to bite the owner.
What happens when you get to the biggest dog?
They like it.
Clifford.
Let's do
Clifford.
it. Make it happen, people.
No, I don't want the dogs harmed. I don't. This is the weird twist in my world. I don't want the dogs harmed. I want the dogs to go live their life somewhere in some facility where they can't hurt people. But I don't want the dogs harmed. I want the humans harmed. I want the humans to be punished for doing things.
Why are you saying it like Dr. Evil?
Because it seems like people don't want that these days. Regular people do. Regular people do. But regular people aren't in power anymore. Regular people have to sit back and watch crazy people on both sides be crazy people and nobody change anything to improve our outcomes. That's what regular people have to watch. And I want people who make my life worse, who make your life worse, who make life worse for poor people. I want those people to be squished like a bug for a little while. Time for them to pay. This is dumb. All right, this is dumb. This is one of the stupidest ideas, way dumber than any of my ideas, even if you think my ideas are dumb. The story from Yahoo today says a furious Phillies fan is offering $5,000 for the Phillies Karen to apologize for taking the kids' baseball. And
a Philly fan that has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so if you pay the woman to apologize for taking the video, who cares? Why would I? And then she gets $5,000?
What?
No, they're saying that somebody has stepped up. It says for a price of $5,000, Blowout Cards, a major trading card retailer, looking for a commercial.
And you did it.
Has offered the woman $5,000 in exchange for the baseball. She must sign it and say, I'm sorry. And the offer is official.
Hey, you want her to sign the baseball? What a worthless baseball.
That goes down in value.
They want her to sign it and say, I'm sorry. And then they'll give the ball back to the boy, Lincoln Feltwell, the 10-year-old, along with his father. But you're paying her. I don't want her to get any more money. I don't want people to kill her. That's where I've put my foot down. Even the people responding to my latest video about the Phillies Karen, like, are you defending her here, man? What's going on? And like, no, I think the kid ended up having a good day. Think he's chill. Think Phillies Karen got a lot of heat. And does she deserve a little more? I don't know. But I don't know that we should tar and feather and like hang in the public square people for yelling at somebody for getting a foul ball or a home run ball. I don't know. That seems like mega cancel culture. That seems like the most aggressive version of that. But there are people who like her. There's people in comment sections everywhere saying, actually, he took the ball from her. Actually, he stripped it out of Phillies Karen's hand. Stories like this from the Daily Mail. Phillies Karen starts to get sympathy online due to backlash after yelling at dad for the home run ball. Anybody finding that they're having a bit of sympathy for the Phillies, Karen? I saw the video and I see a man come several seats over to retrieve a ball that fell right in front of a woman around our age.
Oh,
and I have to see.
Now you guys are sucking the fun out of it.
They say, I have to say, all the patriarchy focused rage in me very well could have resulted in a similar action from me. However, once I saw it was for the boy and not the grown man, I wouldn't have pursued it. But part of me is thinking, good on her, Phillies Karen. How many times have things been snatched away from us by a man? This person says online. Some supporters, other Karens uniting with her and coming out of the woodwork. What do you think about this? Let us know. Give us your reaction.
When their powers combine, they make Super Karen.
I'd watch that. Like a
Super Karen fights Megatron on the Jumbotron.
It could happen. When we come back, we'll catch up with that trial going on with the Trump would-be assassin, the guy who tried to shoot Trump outside the golf course. What's happening with him representing himself? That and many more stories in Jury Duty. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Florida defensive tackle Brandon Bett has formally apologized after he spit at a South Florida player this past weekend. He called it a terrible mistake. After getting off to a 1-0 start, the Buccaneers get an extra day of rest before prepping for Week 2. They'll visit Houston Monday night. And the NFL has banned a Bills fan from their stadiums for life after he slapped the Ravens' Lamar Jackson and DeAndre Hopkins Sunday night. I'm Scott Davidson.
You wouldn't drive a car under the influence, so why would you operate a boat? The FWC wants to remind you that operating a boat while impaired is just as deadly as driving a car and carries the same penalties. Be as safe at sea as you are on land. Visit myfwc.com for more info.
You know, one of the best ways you could support this show, when you hear us speaking in our own voice about one of these great local companies, support those companies. And the best one, in my estimation, of course, that you could support is Mills Air. They are just a phenomenal company. And Leon Mills wants to do right by you. All you got to do is give him and Mills Air a chance. If something happens with your air conditioner, and I hate to put this juju on you, but odds are it's going to happen at some point in time as a homeowner, you can want to freak out and you could think they're all going to take advantage of me. But what you should do is know there's one company out there that does things differently. Mills Air. They've been in business since 1992. They are a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They're legit. They're the real deal. And they want you to be a customer forever, not just for one opportunity for them to bilk you out of some money. They want to take care of you, do right by you, and be honest. That's what they do at Mills Air. If you want to schedule an appointment, it's as easy as this. Dial 407-277-1159. One more time for you. The number for Mills Air, 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office, Orlando.
Are you tired of cookie-cutter barbershops and sterile salons? At Hammer & Nails Grooming for Guys, they believe today's extraordinary man deserves more than just a haircut. Hammer & Nails offers premium grooming services in a space that's built for men. No pedicure fumes, no take-a-number chaos, just expert care, craft cocktails, large screen TVs that you control, and an atmosphere you can actually unwind in. Because when it comes to men's grooming, they don't cut corners. They redefine the whole experience. Hammer & Nails. Come as you are, leave as you want to be.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now?
Hey folks, be with you in a second. Welcome to Behind the Scenes on the show. I'm working on some audio real quick for today. I learned to wrap up the show today. As soon as I get this queued up, we'll chit chat. All right? Okay. Let's seg this up. Emergency chat! Emergency! 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 I was gonna end on Chris Christopherson. Doesn't he have like a great upbeat song, or do I have the wrong guy? I thought Chris Christopherson was yacht rock. Where's Jack at when you need him? Me and Bobby McKee by Chris Christopherson is like, me and my Bobby McKee. It's like 15 beats per minute. Can't leave you on that? I think I might be thinking of Christopher Cross. What kind of bullshit? Do Janis Joplin's version? Maybe. That's a good idea. Because hers was way more upbeat. Sailing? Is that the same guy? 90 seconds and we're coming back on the show. Christopher Cross? I don't know. Yeah. I think I crossed the wires. I think I'll do Bobby McGee, the Janis Joplin version. Okay, that's what I'll do. Let me make a note. Janis Joplin. 1 minute. Make it jump. That's crisscross. Can I tell you something crazy though? Tell me if this has ever happened to you before. Not long ago, crisscross jump played on a jukebox or something where I was, and I forgot the song until it started playing. My brain remembered every word of the crisscross song. Every single word.
You could save money on car insurance.
I was rapping. It was something. You ever do that? Where you're like, damn, I still.
What are you waiting for?
Still stored all that information somewhere.
Today, you're in good hands with Allstate.
Miggity, 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 mac, daddy. Miggity, 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 mac. Coming back. Watch me put on my headphones again.
Allstate.
Thanks to you, thousands of teachers now have the tools they need to thrive, and their students do too.
I get up every single morning, and I can't wait to see their smiling faces coming through my door.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, building brighter futures one classroom at a time.
As a teacher, I'm really trying to help them come to school every day and put their foot in the right direction of life.
And we're just getting started. Help keep the momentum going and nominate a teacher who's made a difference in your life at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Like a car crash, you can't stop listening to. This is the News Junkie.
Came with some of the craziest court cases going around. And certainly we'll see what's happening with the guy representing himself who tried to shoot Trump on the golf course. The guy is just bizarre. And we'll see what's happening behind closed doors in that courtroom. We want to hear from you today on the show, as always. Email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, TIPS, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And Lethal emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com and says, about the Philly Karen. I don't agree with her yelling at the guy, but I do think it was messed up that he came over into her section to take it when she was bending over to get it. If we're anybody else in that section, like the people in front of her or behind, it's fair play. But he wasn't. Also, I could see that this is just going to get more people to stage situations like this, hoping to get free stuff and meet and greets.
There were people calling him names from behind her in one of the videos that was in that section. I just don't think when you look at the videos, I'd have to watch them again. But I think there were a lot of empty seats in that area.
It was a lot of empty seats.
I don't think home run section. It wasn't a big game. It wasn't like a World Series or something.
Here's the thing: like, if we're going to make this a whole kerfuffle, then they're going to say, as soon as the ball goes into the stands, you have to give it back or you're out of the game. Like, this is why you can't have nice things. Any other sport, if football goes into the stands, soccer, I see it all the time when I'm hosting at Orlando City.
Hey, throw it back.
You throw it back. But baseball, it's like, let's make a whole national thing about it.
Yeah, and anytime somebody gets hit or hurt, they go, oh, should we really be doing this? The rule is pretty much accepted by all the baseball fans, though. The ball goes up, everybody gets a shot at it. Whoever gets it, and that's it.
Ripping it out of someone's hands is one thing, but if you go into the section of empty seats, mind you, sorry. And also fair game of her getting yelling in his face, and it actually worked.
People said she should be banned from the Marlins Stadium.
No,
but. To Sabrina's point, I don't know if they want to ban anybody. I think that they want to get all the people in that stadium.
Well, she's a Phillies fan, so I don't know if she's going to be coming back.
Yeah, it might be once and done.
That guy, I'm watching the video again, he traversed multiple empty seats. I don't know why there were so many people sitting in their own seats when they could have, unless they were trying to put themselves in a good position to grab a home run ball. It wasn't even difficult for him to cross all those empty seats.
No, because
it's, not like when you're awkwardly like, do I put my butt to them or my front to them? I never know.
Your butt.
Is it butt
You never
always?
go butt to front, dude.
It depends. I mean, it is a real risk. But you're saying he made it with haste.
Yeah.
He just went for it.
He hauled ass.
Here we go. Let's jump in and head first. We go into jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com.
Oh, yeah.
If you get into an accident, make sure that you get the help you need. Make sure you get somebody who's going to arm up and go after those insurance companies for you, fighting on your side until you get that big check. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. A couple of crazy stories here. One that we'll start with, I thought was pretty interesting, about a young girl who was caught just before things got real violent. And she looks she's looks like a kid, like a little girl. Like you'd be like, oh, this girl's not going to do any harm. Here she is. And this is her in the back of a police cruiser. For those of you watching on YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie, this young girl is in big trouble. And I'm about to tell you why. This is the story of this teenager in Washington State. Her parents became so concerned about her intentions after doing a thing that a lot of parents tell you not to, and that is reading her journal. Trinity Morley, 19 years old, was taken into custody on July 27th after being charged with the attempted murder of her ex-boyfriend. All right. According to court documents, prosecutors said that her parents told police their daughter had a history of mental illness, was seeing a therapist regularly, and had been hospitalized for self-harm incidents, including a suicide attempt. The teen's parents also discovered that their daughter had tried to buy a shotgun and lied to them about it. And then they found her journal. What was inside? According to documents, Morley's parents filed for an extreme risk protection order.
Never heard of
that. Yeah, this is like when things are really dire.
What state are they from?
They are in, did it say Washington? Washington State, yes. Her parents filed for an ERPO, an extreme risk protection order for their daughter on July 18th. Less than a week later, or just over a week later, Morley left the house. She told her parents she was going out to graffiti houses. Now, did they just say,
I'm going out to graffiti. Bye, Ma.
See you later, honey. All right, okay.
Gonna go tag it up, Papa.
Prosecutors wrote that she had a more sinister plan in mind. Why did she still admit to a crime?
This is a misdemeanor.
Why not go like, I'm going to go walk around and then do it? When Morley left the home, her parents went into her room to find her journal out of concern over her behavior. Prosecutors stated that Morley had allegedly wrote about wanting to kill her ex-boyfriend. She said, quote, I have the gun now. 3 rounds of slug of buckshot. The shotgun is heavy. He told me that if I don't hold it right, my arm will get blown off. I have 3 chances to get this right, and I don't want to resort to the knives. Damn. Parents are looking at this. She apologized to her current boyfriend, saying, I'm sorry I lied to you, and I'm sorry to everyone about everything. So remember we talked to the shooter guy, the expert? This was somebody caught before they did it with all of this evidence piled up, but the parents dared to look at her diary, her journal, and that's where they found this. She was unable to obtain the shotgun because of a cool-down period required by Washington state law. Morley told her current boyfriend she was receiving threatening texts from an unknown number, so he lent her his shotgun for self-defense. So the current boyfriend's like, here's a shotgun for you. And then she was planning on going to kill her ex-boyfriend and then have the cops take her out. And they caught her at the last minute. And they said they dialed 911, reported there was a female sitting in this guy's backyard with a rifle, dressed in all black, wearing a ski mask. That's how close she was to doing this. That's how close. And she ended up getting caught, read her rights, and admitted all of these things. So there you go. I mean, this is another example of when they cut it off before things could have gotten much worse, and somebody could have died. And this young girl now finds herself behind bars as a result. I wanted to get to the Trump shooter. In fact, let me do it. Let me just get the update in here. I do not want to have lied to you today. I don't want to be that guy. This has been a bit of a slop fest with the guy who is on trial right now for the attempted assassination of Trump. And he's representing himself, which is, a move that a lot of crazy people make. And this particular guy, oops, I'm sorry, I put the wrong word in here. This particular guy is in court. Thomas is his name. And the trial was pushed back at the end of last year. And now emails and essays. And, oh, no, this is a different kid. That's not the right one. I'm talking about Ryan. Ryan is his name. Hang on. Excuse me.
Ryan is the golf course guy that was hiding in the bushes for a while.
Yeah, the jury selection has just begun. That's what we've gotten so far. Before U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon called prospective jurors into the courtroom, she wanted some clarity on one of the screening questions from the shooter guy who's defending himself. There's a question about a turtle in the road. Would you stop or move it? And the judge didn't want him to ask this question. It's kind of a weird one. Like, they wanted to say, if you found a turtle in the road, would you stop or and do it? Or
it's not
move
hypothetical for me.
or
always stop and move it.
Or have you actually done it? The government has charged him with attempted assassination of a presidential candidate, assaulting a federal officer.
Is Trump the turtle? I don't understand.
I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. Maybe they're trying to see like into the inside of how empathetic these people are, and maybe he thinks they'll side with him or something.
Or maybe like us, the judge thinks it's a stupid question and just stop playing mind games and let's get on with things that are pertinent to the trial.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe they want
is
some
going to last long
dummies.
enough. We'll
they
see what
always
happens
want
with
some
that.
dummies.
All right. Yeah, everybody wants a dummy for them. When we come back, we'll get to your feedback. A lot of people are joining us on the show. I've got some moments that didn't quite make it into jury duty, some really interesting stuff, including a mother just letting loose on some dude before he was sentenced. He deserved every bit of it. And shocking info about the kids. I'll tell you what's going on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The major roadways are wide open. There's no surprises that'll be affecting your ride. Just some familiar delays starting to pile up on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. You're going to get caught up in some congestion there. Clouds are moving in. Expect some rainy conditions this afternoon. And traffic's getting by now on Sand Lake Road at Orange Blossom Trail. That accident's been cleared. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? Upgrade to a premium bed at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Let their sleep experts match you with the perfect mattress and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning, now using AI.
My AC stopped working.
Here's a random penguin fact.
No, I need cold air now.
Penguins mate for life.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Would you like to mate for life?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your home's air conditioning breaks down, you can count on our repairs to work for you for the long haul. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Look, your body's unique, so why settle for a one-size-fits-all wellness plan? That's where Viome comes in. Viome uses advanced science to analyze your gut biome with a simple at-home test, so you know exactly what foods and supplements are right for you, all based on real data from your own body. And you know what? That's science you can trust. Go to Viome.com now and use promo code THRIVE to save $50 on your full body intelligence test. That's Viome.com, promo code THRIVE to save $50.
You worked hard for your 401k. But if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? Right now during the Renewal by Anderson's Big BOGO event, buy one, get one 40% off, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. At Renewal by Anderson, our Acclaim Impact Replacement windows are built for Florida homes and designed to help you save money on your energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer expires September 30th. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free design consultation. License number CGC 1527613.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.com.
Call Nickley.
The Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain. Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast. Speaking of fast, did you just see that play? Yeah, he vaporized that ball. That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com.
Listen up. ESPN Unlimited is now included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Spectrum gives you everything from ESPN, live games, original series, top analysis, and more. Spectrum is really stepping up with this offer, and you get more of me, Stephen A. Smith. Get your act together and go to spectrum.com/entertainment for details. ESPN Unlimited and more popular streaming apps are included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Restrictions apply.
We're in the dead center of hurricane season. Is your roof ready for the rain and wind? If not, call Eustace Roofing. Do not wait until the storms. Get ahead of hurricane season with a brand new roof. Protect your home and visit EustaceRoofing.com to schedule your free estimate. Secure your roof today.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. No. This is the news.
Thanks for hanging out. Learn more about the show. It's called The News Junkie. You are now in the world's most viral newsroom, and you can learn more about it over at thenewsjunkie.com. Celine was asking during the break, he's like, You watching the Apple event?
I am now.
I used to watch closer to all the Apple announcements and stuff, and it's just been kind of womp womp for a while.
I'm in.
It doesn't look like anything exciting comes out. I'm in the position where I just got an iPhone not too long ago.
So you don't necessarily want to know what the iPhone 17 features are?
Because it's pretty incredible.
I get it. Like, what's so great about it? What sell me on the new one that what do I not have here? Because this thing's pretty great.
I don't know. The new ones. The weird part about, remember how secretive the iPhone was when they first were coming out with it, and they had these like ironclad NDAs, and you weren't supposed to talk about it with your spouse, like no pillow talk and all that. And now it's like, hey, the iPhone 16 is coming out. And they already have leaks of the iPhone 17. Like, I already knew last year that they were going to like kind of pop out the camera part a little bit and make it to where the iPhone doesn't actually sit flat. It's weird.
Sometimes I look at what they announce and I'm like, oh wow, great. They announce that you can.
I'm on a 13 still, and this is very exciting.
Yeah, I mean the cameras are brilliant on the new one. So like my new camera is so good. I'm super excited about it. But I don't need my phone to be any thinner. I don't need it to be any thinner.
I don't know why they keep thinking that that thinner is better. Thinner's the winner.
I don't want a full body strap that turns my iPhone Air into a purse. I don't really care about that, if I'm honest with you. That's not for me. A beefier battery life on the Apple Watch Ultra 3, this says. Is there anything really cool?
I mean, something along the lines of like 39 hours of constant play if you wanted to.
That's a lot.
I mean, as far as like battery life and storage and things overheating in the Florida sun is what I've been seeing the most lately with my phone.
It's so
that
funny.
Their new design is going to be better for that. Like there's going to be water in it that kind of keeps it from overheating conststantly.
Interesting. All right.
It's pretty nice.
You know how they'll have a heart rate sensor, I guess, in the new AirPods. So that's,
because they can't have it in the watch anymore.
Maybe not.
Or maybe that was the oxygen sensor. It was something like that. It's funny. We always talk about every once in a while they'll be like, a movie is coming out that was shot entirely on an iPhone, and it's really just a false like idea of anybody could just take their iPhone out of their pocket and make a whole movie that looks like a real movie.
No, it was like 40 iPhones that were on a ig, and
no, they just showed a picture of some sort of production where there's like literally. They're showing what Sabrina just talked about, but they showed like one of those big camera rigs that moves and is on a giant crane, and you expect
a jib,
and then there's just like a little iPhone just kind of mounted in the middle of it.
This is surrounded by $1 billion worth of stuff.
Yes, that's the point.
It's like it's got the greatest lighting ever. It's got everything you could ever imagine.
When we had photo passes at Okeechobee one year, I got kicked out of the photo pit because I was taking pictures on my phone and not with like a pro camera. But I'm like, first of all, this was a handful of years ago, almost 10, I think. But the cameras on the phones are good enough for that kind of quality. And if I had just had one of those stupid little like handheld two-handed rigs that holds it in the middle and has a bunch of extra lenses, they probably wouldn't have cared.
No.
Sometimes you look dumb with the camera that's too big. Yeah, like you ever see the person with the lens that's like 8 feet long, dangling off the front of their prosumer camera, and
those people usually don't get put in the pit because they don't because they have the zoom capabilities. That's where they put you in the ADA next to front of house.
Oh, of course.
So you can just
the
don't
one
even need to be
looks
close to the stage.
The dumbest, but I understand, and I've seen the product in post.
What, when people take pictures with an iPad?
No. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's very dumb before and after. But the drone flyers that have like a full helmet on and they have a bodyguard that makes sure no one's in the way as they kind of zoom in and out and through buildings.
Yeah.
You as a person, as you're walking by them, kind of look stupid.
Well,
I know the
we'll
product
see.
looks great.
If there's anything really exciting going on in this tech announcement from Apple, we'll bring it to you. But
they've announced accessories.
Ooh, all right.
New gel cases.
Exciting. Let's talk instead. I got a couple of things that we can work in here. We have a little bit of time to do it. There is a lot of talk today about the deadly kissing bug disease that's going around in the United States of America.
Mono?
It's I don't think it's mono. No, it's a different kissing disease. I think it's called Chagas. I know we've talked about this before. We can look it up. CHAGAS. And they're suggesting that this is on the rise in 32 states in the United States of America, so you should be looking out for it. Most people living with Chagas disease are unaware of their diagnosis until it's too late to have effective treatment, they said. It can slowly damage your heart or organs, and the bugs bite your face, which is just gross. Flat-bodied, inch-long insects found through the Americas, also known as cone nose or vampire bugs. They feed on blood, and then when they're on your face eating your blood, their feces comes out and it goes into your skin.
Ew, dude.
They poop on your face. They should call them something else, not kissing bugs. Really, it would be worse. Their tendency to bite human faces is where they get their name from, but up to 8 million people are infected with this sucker.
Gross.
And they're really, really dangerous. So keep your eyes peeled for those bugs. Do not let them crap on your face. It's just disgusting. Okay.
I think I just generally blanket, don't let anything crap on my face.
No, it's a good rule. It's a good rule of thumb. I think you're smart to have that, Sealand. Mm-hmm. Well, let's listen to this real quick because somebody sent this along late yesterday. A former BYU baseball player, as far as I know, that's Brigham Young University. BYU baseball player sentenced after being accused of sexually assaulting a girl for 5 years, starting when she was 7. Jesus, man. The girl, now 15.
That's not a good look for Brigham Young.
The abuse was from 22-year-old Camden Dale. It started when she was 7 and lasted until she was 12. So I think he was underage too, because it was 8 years ago. That's a strange one. That's strange.
So it started when she was 7. And how old was he? I mean,
he would have been. Yeah, he would have been 15.
Okay, I mean that's
he would have been. But the problem is, no matter what you say, I don't know what the rules are when it's like a teenager and then abusing some younger girl, and they're both like, not adults. But at some point, he was over 18. And still doing this stuff. I guess the mom let him have it. Stay by the dump button.
Ready to dump.
Yeah, I don't know what she's saying, but
as I looked at her face, I saw my little girl had been forced to grow up sooner than I had ever hoped, in such a cruel way. I will never forget the pain that filled her face as she said, "Mom, Camden touched me, and I'm not okay."
Damn.
We were filled with complete despair. Rarely able to leave our home.
He has to just stand there and take it all in.
Shame on him.
Just standing there. Yeah, and it probably takes everything in mom not to launch across the courtroom and physically do something to this scumbag who put her daughter in that position.
Kind of the same vibes that we were getting from the witness statements or the victim statement, excuse me.
Kohlberger.
For the Brian, Kohlberger.
Kohlberger, sorry.
I almost said laundry, so I'm glad you jumped in.
Yeah, I don't even know how well I'd be able to keep it together in one of those circumstances, but the mom, boy, you want no one to have to go through this.
I cannot even imagine how painful it was for her to carry on her own for 7 years. I now see I miss things. She suffered excruciating stomach aches for much of her childhood.
She suffered excruciating things through much of her childhood, she said.
Hear too well.
That's she's across the courtroom, obviously. But they said he was sentenced. Some of the stuff she said talks about what he did, but Dale was sentenced to 180 days in Idaho.
That's it?
180 days, 8 years of probation.
Is he going to be a registered sex offender?
He does not have to register as a sex offender thanks to the plea deal that was made in this case. That's kind of brutal.
Again, with the plea deal.
Mom must not be happy about that. But I'm sure there's some sort of reason why they ended up making a plea deal. But it says Dahl was sentenced to 180 days in local jail in Idaho, 8 years of probation, $2,600 in fines, and 200 hours of community service, and does not have to register afterwards.
The judge has received nationwide threats after sentencing this baseball player.
For accepting the plea deal?
I think so.
Really? See if you can find anything else that says why they would have accepted
everything,
it.
Maybe that's why the statement is so powerful, and we can't play it, I guess. But to hear all those details, and still he gets away what looks to be pretty easy. Good thing about 2025 is that you Google his name and this will surely come up. But he should be a registered sex offender. He knew what he was doing to a young girl.
I don't know. I have no idea. But I would have to guess maybe it had something to do with maybe the stuff that they were going to have a good chance getting him on. Maybe he would have been underage too. And I really don't know. I'm not sure I want to bring that up with Moses all that much. But if there's an abuser who's like 13 or something, abusing a person younger than them,
but they have different levels of, when it comes to child sex crimes, they'll do under the age of 10, under the age of 17.
For the victim, yeah.
For the victim, yes. But
I'm talking about the abuser.
That's where I think that would come into play. But, I mean, it is a good question. I don't know.
But
just text Moses about it, maybe. Give him the heads up that we want to ask him about it. Because maybe there's an attorney that does criminal law. I don't want to Google it.
Usually what happens is they will go after the person and they will, there's different levels depending on the youth of the victim. But when the person who is committing the crime is also underage for a certain point in time, I don't know what that means. We can put that on the Mo list. It's an interesting question. We'll have to see what it says.
Officials explained the plea deal saying both sides agreed to probation and potential prison time if it was violated. Okay. They said this was a binding plea agreement, meaning the judge could only accept or reject the terms, not alter them. Because he pleaded guilty to injury to a child, not lewdness or any kind of sexual assault.
Damn.
The judge could not order him to register as a sex offender under state law. In addition to the agreed-upon probation and possible prison sentence, he added 180 days of jail time, which officials said was more than requested.
That is a big downgrade in charges.
Yeah.
That is a huge downgrade. All right, we'll see what you think about that. Send us your dispatches. Feel sorry for the mother and this young girl, obviously, in this case, as per usual. Bad news about the kids. Different kind of subject here. Subject of schooling, actually. And a story today says, high school students' reading and math scores hit a new low. It's just getting worse and worse. By the time Jackson gets into high school, it's over for him.
It's going to be idiocracy?
Yeah, he's going to come out and he's not going to learn anything. He's going to be he won't be able to read or write if this continues going on in this direction.
Hack something.
The National Assessment of Education Progress, which is administered by the U.S. Department of Education, is one of the best gauges of how everybody's doing in schools. And the answer is not good. 32% of 12th graders scored below basic in 2024. That's the lowest since 2005. Almost half, 45% of 12th graders scored below a basic level for reading and writing. This is what I'm talking about all the time. I'm saying we have this entire generation of kids now who can barely read or write. They can barely form a sentence, half of these kids. They would have been unemployable even if AI wasn't coming in to swoop and take their jobs. And we just continue shoving them through the system. All the schools said, well, if we want to get funding, we can't fail these kids. And we don't want to fail them because then people will start looking at our numbers and seeing who we're failing. So we just pass everybody. All the kids, great. You got a C, you got a D, pass. Turns out the outcome's not great. Nobody can read, nobody can write, or at least almost half of them can. 45% of 12th graders scoring below basic levels on reading and writing, which is a real shame. All right, let's see what we got. We got you coming in with your feedback, and in fact, we'll highlight some of that next. We'll see what you got on your mind. Also, a story that I wanted to talk about for a bit here. I think we'll have some time to work that in. Wikipedia coming up. We've got a bunch to mention before everything gets wrapped up on a Share the Show Tuesday. And guess what? All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Clouds are starting to move in throughout the area. Expect rainy conditions affecting your ride, reduced visibility, and slippery roadways. As of right now, I got no surprises to report on that'll be affecting your ride on the major roadways here. Expect some familiar slowdowns starting to pile up, and travel with caution. The roadways are wet out there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Since 1940, Southeast Steel has been the family-owned appliance store serving Central Florida. 3 generations strong. And also very strong, my love for Southeast Steel. From outdoor kitchens with pizza ovens to the latest fridges and laundry sets, they carry over 30 major brands. Bosch, GE, LG, Sub-Zero, Thermador, you name it, and they've got it. And it's not any old showroom, my friends. It's a row of appliances at real prices. And right now you can stack your savings with their exclusive rebate offers. Trust me, at Southeast Steel, you get the best deal. So check them out today and tell them Sabrina from the News Junkie sent you.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
September 19th and 20th at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Limited tickets still available at AXS.com.
Get yours while you still can.
Lenovo and the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Tech that hits different. Can your gear keep up with the beat? Lenovo PCs are built for creators, dreamers, and fans who don't hit pause. Visit Lenovo.com for the
Go, Mike. How are you, everybody? Sorry I've been ignoring you. I had to solve my previous issue with the song to end on for today, I learned, but I have solved it.
Just because an injury doesn't show up on an x-ray doesn't mean it isn't real. We know doctors that specialize in whiplash, sprains, strains, and tears. They can help us prove your pain is real and fight for your future medical needs. Vera and Vera.
Quick question. Taking the temperature here. Corn tortillas or flour tortillas? That's a point deduction for the show? Fine. So be it. I'll try to earn it back. Ew, corn? I know corn's got the juice. I know that. But I don't want that in my tacos. Depends on what you're using them for. Eating. Corn all the way? Who are you people that would sit there at a table and when they come over to take your order, when the waiter says, what protein would you like in your tacos? And you say, chicken, please, or beef, please, or pork, please. And they go, okay, and just to be clear, what type of tortilla would you like? Would you like a delicious flour, soft, warm tortilla? Or a fucking Band-Aid-like corn tortilla? And your response is, give me the bad one, give me the Band-Aid, give me the corn? What is wrong with you? I'm Latino? Well, then you should know better. By the way, when you say I'm Latina, are you like American woman Latina, or are you like Latina? You accused Jim Colbert of being awful for liking flour tortillas for the place in Mexico where they were from? I can't take it. I can't take it. This is revisionist history. I accused Jim Colbert of the exact opposite. I said flour tortillas are superior because I've always liked flour tortillas. However, as of late, I've tried a couple more options where the corn tortillas are growing on me a bit. I argued that flour tortillas are better, and he said that's not traditional. So I very quickly did the research and found out that in Mexico, there are a lot of people who eat in like Chihuahua and stuff, flour tortillas to combat him. He was arguing for corn. Corn tortillas kind of feel sometimes like if you had enough of the material, you could sew together a baseball glove. And I don't like that. Sean is a true actually guy on the show. I will never surpass Sealand in that world. 1 minute. I don't mess with soft tacos? You're only a hard taco gal? Interesting. Don't you just like how they like break? And then you like, it's got shards of the hard taco? They could be okay. I'll tell you what's good. Double D's. Some chicken double D's, my friend. That's your solution. Hang on. Pause for copyright.
High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Yacht Rock, and make it a preset now.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95%ers. This is the
including something from Apple that genuinely is pretty awesome. I mean, it truly is. We have to give credit where credit is due. There's something that just dropped that I'll play for you. This new thing that Apple dropped that actually impresses me much.
The new gel cases?
Not the gel cases, not the purse thing, but something that I think is pretty impressive. But real quick, big news if true. I think we might be able to, fingers crossed, get Mexico to actually pay for that border wall. I think we might be able to make this happen.
Oh, God, what do you mean?
The reason is the Mexicans are starting to get pissed off at us. The Mexicans are starting to get angry.
And they've had a lot of patience, considering.
Well, this is a story from the New York Times, and it says, what happened to Mexico's food scene? Americans. You see the headline in front of me. And they're talking about all these folks, I guess during the pandemic and like after Trump and stuff, a bunch of people who wanted to leave America went to Mexico City in particular, and they work remotely and they live in Mexico City. And a bunch of them have started restaurants and opened up their own businesses in Mexico City. And the Mexicans don't like them. They don't want them there. And they say they're like ruining the food scene in Mexico. And I will say to you, Mexico City and all Mexicans in general, we deal with a bit more than just this from your end, okay? We have people flooding into our country from your side of the equation. So, welcome to a very, very beginning portion of this. But they're pissed off because the Americans are coming in and ruining food in Mexico City. They're serious about this. It says, it started with the salsas. At some taquerias, locals grumbled that their beloved condiments were less spicy. Why? Because of the growing presence of foreigners. Then it was pizzerias opening on seemingly every corner. and third wave coffee shops charging 100 pesos for a croissant.
100 pesos?
That's 100
and that's
pesos
the economia?
That's not even that much money. Pesos are small change currency. The boom in global tourism since the pandemic has proved both unrelenting and unbearable to many people who live in destinations across the world. Some have grown so frustrated by the influx of seasonal visitors, and we've seen this like in Spain, particularly in areas like Barcelona. There's a lot of people who are like, we don't want the tourists.
They don't, and they will go so far as to like actively make tourist time there miserable. Whether it's, God, what was the last thing that they did? Because we talked about it. Was it something to do with the river? Didn't they start like pooping in it?
They pooped in their own river?
Yeah, just so the tourists would not go anywhere near. I'm not crazy. I know we talked about Barcelona, not like the tourists.
I don't think American tourists are going over and pooping in rivers. I think generally American tourists probably have it better buttoned up than that. The
I don't know. Some people do complain about overseas toilets. A lot of complaints about some of those overseas.
What do you mean, like Japanese toilets?
No, the Japanese ones are the ones people love.
Oh, okay. I don't like those.
I'm sorry. Japan. I don't know where the pooping came from. It was they were actually taking water pistols and shooting
the tourists?
The tourists.
That's kind of fun.
Just soaking them.
They don't like the tourists. These are a lot of people in these cities, and it's not everybody, obviously, but there's some resistance to this. They want their countries to be their countries. They're like, we want Mexico to be Mexico.
Okay, but this is two different things.
Mexico would kind of want the same thing in America to these same damn countries.
This is two different things, though. Like tourism versus people just moving in mass and changing everything up.
But it's both. It's part of a larger movement of rejection of others in a lot of these countries. Mm-hmm. Some of it through mass migration and the issues that people in Europe and elsewhere have faced with mass migration, which has been a horrible, horrible thing for Europe. And some of it with the renewed interest, especially in some of these cities where things were a little cheaper, of tourism, and they don't want them there. So it's both. It's both of those things. The article says from 2020 to 2023, the number of temporary residents and renewals of temporary resident cards from the United States nearly doubled to about 24,000 people. So there's 24,000 people, and U.S. citizens make up less than 7% of foreigners living in Mexico City, but the impact has been outsized. Their city's food scene, a point of immense pride, has been remade in the American image. It's all wine bars, cocktail bars, natural wine, all these New York-style restaurants, and they hate them. And they're tired of trying to go get like a taco at a Mexican taco place, and they get like some Americanized version of that. They don't like that. They're irritated that somebody's coming in and changing the way things have traditionally been in their country.
Wouldn't
kind of
that
interesting to see that?
Wouldn't that just mean there's a market for traditional Mexican eateries?
I guess so, but they're saying like they're trying to super serve like Americans or people not from Mexico,
right?
Are trying to super serve.
So it's
all
the
people
Mexicans that, I mean, aside from Americans moving over and opening stuff, they're saying that the Mexicans themselves owning restaurants are dialing down the spice.
Yes.
To accommodate the white people.
Yeah, to accommodate the folks who are coming over there from elsewhere. And they're like, no, we don't want that. Hang on.
Seems like there's a compromise here somewhere.
Yeah, maybe talk amongst each other. They don't have to tell the New York Times to break the bad news.
No, they're not only talking amongst each other. They went on attack and started smashing all the windows of the American-owned restaurants.
Wow.
Here's another example of this. BBC says, gringos out. Mexicans protest against the tourists and gentrification. They might be on board with building the wall. It's a two-way wall now. They want us out. We want them out. We want to just keep everything legit between the two countries. And they said the timing of the first several anti-gentrification protests in Mexico City was on the 4th of July. And that was no accident. They knew what they were doing there.
Can you imagine if you knew zero Spanish and you're in Mexico City? Like, look, they're throwing us a parade.
There was a lady who they interviewed over there, and she was like, a lady from America, right? And she's like, yeah, they're angry. They want the Americans out. And the reporter goes, how do you feel about that? And she goes, well, it's not me.
And they go, what do you mean it's not me? And she
Yo
goes,
habla mucho español.
she said, I've lived here for 10 years and I learned Spanish and I know how to speak the language and I respect the cultures. She's like, it's not me that they're mad about. I'm like, I don't know. Most were angry at exorbitant rent hikes, unregulated holiday lettings. I don't even know what that means. Unregulated holiday lettings, Lettings, and the endless influx of Americans and Europeans into the city's trendy neighborhoods in Mexico. And they said 1 in 5 homes is now a short-term lease or a tourist dwelling. And just like earlier, in restaurants, menus are in English, and they don't like that. Sound familiar? Huh? Sound familiar? Every American who's complained about when you have to dial 1 for English or whatever on the phone line.
Holiday letting refers to the business of renting out a property such as house or apartment to tourists or travelers for a short-term stay, typically
Airbnb.
for vacation purposes. Yeah.
Okay. It says the radical demonstrators attacked coffee shops and boutique stores aimed at tourists, smashing their windows and saying,
I smash the windows.
Fuera gringo, meaning gringos out, it said. So there's a reaction going on in Mexico to all of this because they don't want their menus in English.
Hold on. Does it really translate fuera gringo to gringos out?
That's what it says.
There's still a Spanish word there. That's like El Nino is Spanish for the Nino.
They're probably going to toss something else in there. But yeah, gringos out, they said. The president condemned the violence as xenophobic and saying no matter how legitimate the cause, as is with the case of gentrification, the demand can't be get out to people of other nationalities inside our country.
They're holding up signs that say adios muchachos, which is Spanish for goodbye muchachos.
That's basically what they're doing. What this is just a worldwide, in many cases, movement of people to want to protect their local customs. They want things to stay the way they want them to. There's a huge issue with this in a lot of cities in Texas, where they like particular communities popped up where it's all Indian residents that have moved from India and like taken up shop in Texas, and they have like their own India within Texas. They don't want to change to American norms at all. This is one example of many cases of this happening across the globe. It turns out people don't mind you popping by. People don't mind you hanging out. But once you try to change their culture or not assimilate to it, most countries eventually revolt against that. And I think this is sort of what we're seeing on a global scale. But tell us what you think on the way out today.
I would go to Little India in Texas. You know,
that might be fun.
Get some food.
I'm sure the food's great. I love Indian food. I do. But
it's a lot bigger over there, I hear.
Oh, shoot. I teased this. Let me get it in. Here's the Apple thing I mentioned. All right. Tell me this isn't cool. Here you go. AirPod 3.
Powered by Apple Intelligence. Now, when you are together with someone who speaks a different language.
Yeah. Oh, here we go
like
again.
Exploring a market abroad. AirPods Pro will help you understand them in your preferred language.
Here she's walking around with her AirPods
Using a new simple gesture, live translation begins. Translating Spanish. While ANC lowers the volume of the person speaking, so it's easier to focus on the translation.
This is going to be one of the big breakthroughs.
Hello, welcome. Today, all the red carnations are 50% off. And it doesn't...
I mean, that's cool.
Who just did that? Wasn't it?
There was somebody else just flexed something like, was it Ray-Ban or something? I forgot who it was. Somebody just flexed another technology. Everybody's going to this.
It was Google something.
Yeah, but it's not really useful unless you have your iPhone with you, because when you say, I'll take 3 of those red carnations, it needs to put that in Spanish for the person to read.
I think it might.
Just translate individual words. The meaning of each phrase is translated for you. When you need to talk, just speak naturally.
I'd love to take some of these to my sister for her birthday. I'll buy 8, please.
Your
with the
iPhone
phone in
displays your.
Oh, you have to hold your phone in front of you.
Excuse me.
Hang on.
I'm going to call the manager right now, and also let me see your passport.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I guess it works. That might be successful, but you have to hold your phone in front of you, and then when you speak, it live translates back to them on your phone screen.
And how much a month is that going to cost?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just part of the new iPhone AirPod stuff. Pretty cool, though. I mean, that's a big breakthrough for everybody in the world to be able to talk to everybody in the world. We're not far away. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
We all sound like we just had sex.
Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Does anybody do innuendo better than us? I mean, deep cut innuendo.
Seriously. Don't touch it, touch it, touch it.
Deep cut.
The Jim Colbert Show.
All right, folks. Final skill mic for the show. I have a question for you. Oh, quick update. The guy who attacked and killed that woman, Ernia Zarutska, could be facing the death penalty. I mean, there's no chance, no shot that guy doesn't plead insanity. No shot. 100% he pleads insanity. So good luck with the death penalty, but they'll give that they'll at least try it. It's time for you to rate the show. 10 out of 10 is a real humdinger. 1 out of 10 is a real dumb hinger. Hasn't Google translated that way forever? No, you have to text everything. People have been working on the live translation stuff for a little while, but it's like 98% there. A rock solid 8. Bring back the electric chair.
Let that mortgage guy Don help you get the money off the table.
10 out of 10 lab grown meat, 7.5.
He does commercial and SBA loans, and he has your back. Start the process today by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
I love the world that we're in where the Mexicans are like, we got to keep these Americans out of our country. No, you can speak in Google Translate. I'm talking about the sort of seamless communication. The person is talking to you, and via earpiece, it translates and then goes to a screen or even to another earpiece on the other person. That's all like pretty new. 8.2 Band-Aid tortillas. Okay. That equals 3 flour tortillas. Thank you for the conversion. 0.5 out of 10. LOL, actually 8 out of 10? Okay. We'll take it. Now, it's time for you to nominate who should be chatter of the day. Think hard. Come up with a nominee. Why did you do this?
Top reasons your career wants you to move to Ohio. So many amazing growth opportunities, high-paying jobs in technology, advanced manufacturing.
Oh. What?
Can you hand me the other one?
Yep. Hang on.
New heights, just like the Wright brothers, John Glenn, even Neil Armstrong. Their careers all took off in Ohio, and yours can too. A job that can take you further, and a place you
Get out of here.
come home to. Have it all in the heart of it all. Launch your search at callohiohome.com.
Okie dokie. Who's our chatter of the day? 7.5 because the train stabbing happened last week. The train stabbing has become news as of the last 4 days. Me, because I like flour tortillas? Good option. It's a good option. And I'm Mexican. Well, that does it. AJ Soup on Twitch. Chatter of the day. Congratulations. They said you couldn't do it, and here you are. You did it. Hello, Brutal Guts. How are you? Hope you're great. For those of you who haven't watched the latest video I put on YouTube, go check it out, youtube.com/thenewsjunkie, about the Phillies Karen. Give that one last look. There's another video coming up tomorrow morning. 2 minutes.
Top reasons your career wants you to move to Ohio. So many amazing growth opportunities, high-paying jobs in technology, advanced manufacturing, engineering, life sciences, and more. You'll soar to new heights, just like the Wright brothers, John Glenn, even Neil Armstrong. Their careers all
Don't know what that means.
in Ohio, and yours can too. A job that can take you further, and a place you can't wait to come home to. Have it all in the heart of it all. Launch your search at callohiohome.com.
Okay, I gotta get to Anonymous's email here. I mean, remember that. Jesus. My handwriting is so bad. Thank you all. Appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow on the show. We'll do it all over again. Thanks for spending time with us each day. Thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being part of chat. Thank you all the way around. I mean it. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Headphones on. Going back in time in 3, 2, 1.
Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Now at RC Hill Mitsubishi. And to land just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. Dine down $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR. Plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Now through Tuesday at Lumber Liquidators, get flash sale savings up to 60% off beautiful flooring for every room in your home. Visit one of their more than 200 locations nationwide or shop online at lumberliquidators.com today.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Share the show Tuesday. In fact, good day to everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again. Honest to God, we're so happy to be on this station. We're so happy to spend time with you. And it's just a blessing to have you around, all told. Couldn't do it without you. We love you. We appreciate you. Now let's get the hell out of here. Don't need to do that. No, let's just try to work in a dispatch or two, I guess.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only
Everyone. Oh, it is going to be one? Yeah, it's going to be yeah.
Pick a good one.
I'll try. Oh, this one is pretty extreme to go out on. Seychelles wants to talk about the Apple
Of course,
stuff.
we Beetlejuiced him. Yeah.
Let's try Missy right here.
Hey, news junkies.
Hey.
You want to know why kids can't read and write in 12th grade right now? It's because they do everything on their Chromebooks. They don't write anything down. Nothing gets translated from the hand to the brain.
True.
They haven't had, my daughter started 9th grade this year, and I haven't seen anything that resembled a textbook or a workbook since she was in 5th grade. And even then, it was just basically a big, giant workbook. There was not a lot of reading, comprehending, anything like that going on. So they want kids to start learning how to read and write again. They got to get rid of those Chromebooks. And my daughter's had hers since she was in 2nd grade.
That's like a
second grade.
That's what they're going to have to do.
How much money?
Day to day, junkies.
Oh, your
Thank you.
Chromebook is beeping.
Appreciate that, Missy. That was her on the way out there.
Second grade Chromebook. That thing's probably
So sticky.
old and slow.
Yeah, I would guess so. Boy, that's been around for a while now. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. Today I learned one of the fine ladies from this show.
Golden Girls.
That's right, Golden Girls. Miss Betty White, known for the Golden Girls, made history in 1954 by refusing to remove black tap dancer Arthur Duncan from her show, despite TV stations complaining. She said 2 words: he stays.
That's right, Betty.
The show lost syndication, was canceled that same year, so
You don't stay.
or it did not work out well, but she made it a point to stand up for her coworker. All right, here we are on the way out. Today I learned, after struggling as a songwriter, Chris Christopherson tried to pitch his music to this guy.
Johnny Cash?
That's right, Johnny Cash was going to...
I know that crowd anywhere.
I was going to Chris Christopherson, but all of his songs are slow and bad.
A little bit, yeah.
Me and Bobby McGee, his version of that. Ugh. I thought he was the yacht rock guy.
No,
that's Christopher Cross.
That's who I thought he was. Anyhow, he wanted to sell his music to Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson did. When he didn't get a response, he landed a helicopter on Johnny Cash's lawn, and they performed together not long after.
Cute.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show?